I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was scarred with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be, what's good? It's the #1 chief rocker in Knicks universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy. Welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. What's good, party people? Y'all want this party started right? Y'all want this party started quickly, right? Let's set it off. Let's set it off, y'all. Let's set it off. Let's set it off, man. It's good to be with y'all. Good to be with y'all, man. Good to be with y'all. Let's do this thing right. Blue tears, orange tears, orange tears. Bim, bim. Throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you got some loot and a stick of juicy fruit, somebody say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Scream. How y'all like that chopped and screwed? How y'all like that chopped and screwed? What's good, party people? What's good? How y'all doing this morning? How y'all doing out there? All right. I see y'all. I see y'all out there. I see y'all. How y'all doing? How y'all doing out there? Okay. I see y'all. Let me start with, oh man, I had to reset my computer like 1,000 times, man. Let me do something real quick. Let me start with a quote by the great American poet, Grand Poobah. Grand Poobah says, now a lot of people think this is easy as it looks. Books and books of rhyme concepts and hooks. Session to session to get thoughts manifested. Stressing and stressing to hit the world with a blessing. Bim. Bim. All right. Let's do some shout outs this morning, man. Let's call some names. Trini, what's good? Eddie, what's good? I see you. Mark Jones in the building. D. Pete, what's good? Jamie Peralta's in the building. Harlem Girl, Quiet Money. Brooklyn represent. What's good? Almighty Finesse is in the building. Cormega. is in the building. Shout out to the hip hop legends, right? Miss Geraldine, how you doing? Danny Landis is in the building. What's good? Man Child, what's good? Mr. Vince is in the building. Infamous New King. Jet Life for Life. Forbes List Phil is in the building. Doom to doom 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 to doom. D Nice 77 is in the building. Sarge, what's good? I see you. Los Knicks is in the building. Dripmore is in the building. What's good? JJ, what's good? I see you. Pudge Nice is in the building. Drake Chap. Hey, Luke Skywalker Visions is in the building. What's good? Smoke is in the building. What's good? I see y'all. Yo, let's y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly, right? All right. All right, let's go. Man, I have a lot of things going on at once, y'all. A lot of things going on at once. Working on a lot of things for my family, for the Blawrence's family, working on a lot of stuff. Right? As we speak, I'm uploading a video. I know a lot of y'all are Giants fans. And I have this interview with Harry Carson I did a while ago. And when I posted it, it got like 50 views. I don't know what I did wrong with the video, but my videos usually get 10 times that, 100 times that sometimes, right? So I don't know what I did wrong. So I'm going to repost it. Right? I'm going to repost it and put it out there for you guys. Right? Sherwin M, what's good? What's good? Danny Landis is saying, I was reading that this trade might take longer. Danny, I ain't even gonna lie to you. DP, that's not funny. DP, that's not funny. I see what you. That's not even funny, man. That ain't funny. Catch out, James. What's good? I look pixelated. Let me see what's going on. It's probably a YouTube thing. Yeah, it does look pixelated. It's a YouTube thing, definitely. Because I'm coming through crystal clear on my end. Yeah, it does look grainy. I think it's a transfer issue, right? Because from StreamYard, from where I'm at, it's looking super good. Let's just give it a few minutes. It did the same thing yesterday for some reason. I'm not for sure what's going on. We'll just give it a few minutes. Nothing worse than grainy footage. It's still looking grainy right now. Yeah, it's still looking grainy right now on YouTube. Keith Turner was good. Red Bond was good. So the Harry Carson video should be up in a few moments. Let me see. Oh, it's probably looking pixelated because I'm doing two things at once on YouTube. That's probably why it's looking all crazy. I'm doing two things at once on YouTube, so that's probably why it's looking all crazy. Yeah, see, because the video is finished processing, and so it's looking clearer. Yeah, man. See, as soon as that video stopped processing, it started looking clearer. I can see it now. I'm looking at it now, and I'm looking at y'all too. Yeah, man. Yeah, we Gucci now, bro. We are Gucci now. So the video should be up and it's still processing. So it should be up in a few minutes. But listen, Danny Landis. Joe Madden, Free Keith, what's good? Yeah, man. Hey, so for one, just wanna the poster came in. The poster came in. Boys in the Hood. So I got a Boys in the Hood joint up and an Iceman Cometh joint up. I got a John Carlos Olympics poster coming. Y'all know John Carlos, the 68 Olympics where the dudes hold their fists in the air. I got that coming. I got a Harlem Nights coming. And I can't decide on what Knicks poster to get. Somebody help me with that, man. I need to I don't want to get a Starks the Dunk poster. That's like the cliche room decor. I'm really a Knicks fan. I got that Starks Dunk poster. I had it before like 3 times, man, and I'm ruined it every time. One time I was moving. One time it just fell off the wall and broke and stuff. And so I don't want to get a cliche Knicks poster. I want to get an iconic Knicks poster that nobody else has. Like maybe a Clyde Frazier Puma poster. Maybe something like that. Maybe to go over the aquarium. Hey, Danny Landis, though. Hey, man, hey, you know what? Almighty Finesse, stop playing. You play too much. Finesse is like, yo, get a ham sandwich poster. And I'm like, and in my mind, I'm like, shit, we done had so many ham sandwiches, I don't know which one to get. I don't know which ham sandwich poster to get. I just don't. I don't, man. I don't know which ham sandwich poster to get. Right? Free Keith is on the scene talking about ham sandwich is done. Nah, bruh. The ham sandwich thing is real. Yeah, hey, VR, I'm with you. The Summer League loss was very disappointing. So for one, the offseason. So all I got to say about the offseason. Fight me. Free Keith don't want to fight me on that one. Free Keith, stay where you are. Don't come in the video chat, bro. With that all positive about the off season being all positive, bro. Because honestly, man, I ain't trying to hear it, bro. I'm in a dark place, and it's comfortable there, and I kind of want to stay there in terms of the off season. What's up, fellas?
What up, Joe? What up, Unc?
What's up, guys? How we doing?
What up, chat?
Hey, it's Monday. It's Monday morning. I'm not up for all this positivity, bro. I'm in a dark place, and I kind of want to stay there at least for a couple of days.
That's your business. That's your business. That's not going to affect what I got to say.
It's got to. It's got to, bro. How you gonna come in here trying to be all positive about what the front office is doing? You didn't see us lose in Summer League yesterday? We lost to a backcourt of
Summer League. If we won Summer League, we would be complaining about overhyping the guys because they won Summer League. This has nothing to do with the front office is doing. This is development. Summer League. The Kings won Summer League like 3 years ago. Means nothing.
Joe. You don't know by now, this is Freezy. This is Freezy causing trouble.
We're not starting no trouble. We just having some
fun. Just Freezy starting trouble.
Scott LaRock, I'm KRS-One. You remember the quote from the great American poet, KRS-One? We're not starting no trouble. We just having some fun. But nah, man, for real, our backcourt of the future got outplayed by a dude named Lenny and Squiggy. Our backcourt got outplayed by Mork and Mindy, bro.
What Donovan Mitchell and Jalen Brunson weren't playing.
You can't take Summer League wins and losses too seriously, period. Number one.
So if we'd have won the Summer League, then what?
No, it would have been happy. I love wins. I'm a Knicks fan. Like I love wins. But I also got see you can't operate with just a single mind like that. Like we're not winning every game. We're not. That's like, get that out of your head. Like, we're not winning every game. The idea is to win an overwhelming majority of games. That's like, to me, a loss. I don't even care if it was a championship loss. Like, so what? Like, I would have loved the win because I like wins. Because I'm a Knicks fan, I like Knicks winning. But the loss at Summer League, at the championship game, dude, you already stated everything. Like, as a young kid, you already just stated everything that you needed to state to me as a fan just by getting to that championship game. I'm good. I see how what's his name is giving it up, how Grimes is giving it up. Y'all see how Grimes is giving it up? Dude, that dude's a useful tool. If he goes in trade, he goes in trade. But if we got to keep him, I'm not mad.
Bro.
None of them young cats, like they all got positives about them.
And can you be my PR
like a little
person?
Marcus Smart.
I just want you. Can you be my PR person? Can you be my life coach?
Oh yeah. So it costs, but like yeah, definitely.
Oh geez, and you gonna charge me?
I mean, I give you friends and family. I do that. I do that.
But the point that I'm getting at, so it's not so we have to keep it into a context that is obtainable, like it's like a reachable type context, right? Like I don't want to. This thing is not us saying the Summer League championship is one step closer to an NBA championship. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that this moment was supposed to be our coronation. After all these years of struggling, this was supposed to be our moment where we anoint our youth as being just as good or better as other organizations in a similar situation.
No, that's what you set up in your mind, bro. Let me tell you.
I know, that's what I just said.
Nobody said, okay, so let me tell you something. Happiness is a function of expectation. You change your expectations, you can change your happiness outlook. Like, it's not like you expected this to be our coronation. This was no damn coronation. Like, we could have won this. We could have won the championship, and the team still sucked coming into the season. You know what I'm saying? You don't know.
If yesterday was a big day for this organization, I'm gonna die a miserable man. Yesterday mean nothing. I wasn't even sure I'm gonna see it and watch the game. Other stuff going on. It's Summer League. These who even was it? Maybe one dude might be on the roster next year in the main team, and that one dude could also be on the trade block, going out for Donovan Mitchell. So, what are we complaining about here? It's Summer League. It's not. It doesn't mean anything.
Joe. Okay. So from what I gather, you're speaking from a position of a Knicks fan that has never won anything. Have you ever personally, with your own eyes, seen the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals?
No, I haven't seen them win anything. But if they won yesterday, I don't see them winning anything. It's winning. It's not winning.
Right. My point is you have zero expectation because you have zero realization. And I'm not taking a personal shot at you. What I'm saying is you've never seen the Knicks successful. So when it comes to the Knicks being successful, that's something you're like, what else is on? Okay, the MLB draft is on.
No, but it's like I have expectations for this team. Like, I'm not celebrating Summer League results. I'm sorry, wins or losses.
Like that's celebrating.
I'm not at the bottom dump, desperate for some sort of silverware. Oh, I want the ring. No, I want the big thing. I want the big dogs doing what they're supposed to do in the NBA. Not these kids that most of them aren't even going to be on NBA rosters. Like, this doesn't mean anything. It's good to see development. It's good to see them. If they win, they lose. It is what it is. It's 4 games, 5 games.
All I'm looking for is individual development in Summer League. That's it.
Right.
The wins are fun
because the bar is set so low. The bar is set so low that we're like, as long as they get out of there healthy, I'm okay.
Are you serious? Look at Golden State Summer League team.
Right.
They won the chip. Yes, I am comparing. I am comparing the Summer League products. Yes. I'm comparing the Summer League products. But that's what you're doing. I'm comparing this Summer League product to the franchise. Their Summer League product was trash. They are conversely the actual NBA champs. Like, it does not dictate. It does not dictate your NBA outcome
because they won the championship. Because they're celebrating an NBA title. They don't have to. They have a good
team. They have a good team. Everybody know what they're gonna do once season open up.
Did our team win an NBA title? So that
no, we didn't.
Insignificant.
Dude, no team won the NBA. So you think that because Portland won the summer league chip, they're gonna get the NBA the season chip?
No.
So what do you? I don't understand the correlation.
Golden State. I didn't bring up Golden State.
I'm saying that their summer league. You said that it's indicative. The summer league performance is indicative of the team that's putting them up.
No, man, that's not what I'm saying. What I was mentioning, you got to hear me out, freaky.
Because if you're not saying that, so if you're not
again, what I'm saying is I didn't say a summer league chip leads to an NBA title. I specifically said that this was supposed to be a coronation for our young talent to validate that our young core is just as good or better as other young cores in the NBA. That's what I said.
Then that was validated. So you that's like almost like what you're telling me is that the team that makes it to the finals, because they lose the finals, they aren't validated as a good team. No, the team that made it to the finals, the two teams that make it to the finals are the two best teams. That's a very good team.
I just love how before the summer league game was, we got young talent. They lose the summer league's final, and now they're trash, and now we're all depressed. It's like
No, we're not all depressed. It's freezing.
It's depressing that you have to get depressed about summer league.
No, again, y'all missing out. Maybe I'm not explaining it right.
So
right? Hey, what's up, Chuck? What's up, Chuck? How
what
you
up,
doing,
Chuck?
Man, Chuck got the ladies, bro. Hey, Chuck, can you come in and say free key from himself?
Save me from myself. Let me see the chat got to say.
Here's what I'll say.
The chat seemed to be with me.
Well, yeah, because the chat thinks that these guys are much better than what they are.
Now,
people were saying that Quentin Grimes should start, not from what I see in the summer league.
Right. They were saying
wait, you saying not from what you see in summer league, or not from what you seen in the last summer league game?
No, summer league period.
No, summer league in general.
Okay. I mean, that's opinion based. I'd say like the performance I saw from him, I wouldn't be mad if they chose a youth direction and he was the starting point guard. I mean, starting shooting guard. I wouldn't be mad at that.
You would
if we couldn't get Spider. If we couldn't get Spider.
Okay. If we couldn't get Spider and they start Quentin Grimes, it's gonna look just like summer league. Because those guys are much better than what was in summer league. I felt like he should have dominated, being that he got starter minutes last year, right? He played a good bit of time. And we were looking for him to be that to take another step. Deuce, right. Not really. We just wanted to see something from Deuce and see something from Sims, just something, right? And you saw something from Sims. He's extremely raw. He ain't Mitch. And the people that saying, "Oh, why do we sign Hartstein?" There's a reason they signed Hartstein.
Sims is definitely like he's shown himself to be a good raw talent, but like he's definitely going to be third center off the bench.
But I love his confidence. How he's like, screw it, it's summer league, and he's starting to pull up. Was it in between the legs and little step backs and stuff in the mid range? And he's big man center who's not even, people don't even consider him a proper rim runner because he doesn't defend like that.
He got a little handle on him, and people don't know that.
Yeah, he got a little handle on him. He got
a little handle. He's definitely a mobile big.
All right,
my thing is on defense. My thing is on defense. He gets lost in the perimeter.
Yeah, but he's a mobile defender. Let me bring our guy in. Hold on. Evergreen, what's good?
Peace and love, y'all. What's poppin'?
Man, they in here trying to talk to me about the summer league, the summer league thing not meaning nothing to us. And I can't believe how far away we are on this. I thought Free Keith and myself and Joe Madden were closer on how we felt about Summer League, about how this should have been a coronation of our young backcourt, as opposed to them looking lost at times. But
when did they look lost?
They think I'm more enamored with a Summer League championship.
I mean, we know that the Summer League all the Summer League, are we forgetting what the Summer League is designed to do? Like, do we forget the purpose of the format?
Oh, here come the nerds. Here come the nerds. I knew it.
Like the purpose of the Summer League is to showcase what these kids can do under like competition. You're taking all of the best draft class from the last 2, maybe 3 years, and you're putting them in a melting pot to see what you have before you get them to the big stage. That's damn near the mission statement.
Exactly right. I agree with you. I agree
with
you.
So if we're looking at a championship in order to validate who we are, like, there's teams that have won a Summer League championship but didn't do a goddamn thing the following season as the big stage team. So we're looking at the Summer League and we're given we should be able to look at the Summer League and say, you know what? Our players did well given the 5-6 game circumstance. And we know what to expect later on, now given greater and much more stronger competition. That's it. Nothing more or nothing less. These are all exhibition games that mean absolutely goddamn nothing, right? Other than the fact that we want to see, can Jericho Sims do a power dribble spin move into a dunk? Can Miles McBride get into the paint for once, right? And can Quentin Grimes break somebody down off the dribble? We're looking to see what their development is doing, and we're looking to see what can they do in light competition and see that there's potential in greater competition. That's it. Why are we looking for anything other than that is beyond me.
All right. Hey, hold on for a split second, bro.
Let's get it. Y'all be spitting with your flows, I'm just podcasting.
That's right.
On the air every day, I'm just podcasting. You don't know what that mean when I say I'm podcasting. I'm broadcasting these flows with the podcasting. Every day of my life, I'm just podcasting.
Right.
Share my dreams with you, me and I'm podcasting.
What?
You can see my vision through the podcasting.
Yeah.
But don't forget Jay Boogie when I'm broadcasting. I'm podcasting, he's podcasting. I've been spitting this venom since Karate Flicks. When Mr. Sims was sharing nothing but the Knicks. I guess you know by now, I seen some tough years. Now I know the reason why Freezy got them blowing tears.
Yo.
Yes, sir.
Yo, let me read Paris Douglas' super chat real quick because it is relevant to the conversation we were having just a few seconds ago. Paris Douglas says, we lost because we couldn't match up with athleticism. Exactly. They whipped out athleticism on us, Paris Duggar. I totally agree. But my thing is not the losing part of it. My thing is not the Summer League championship. Again, it's not about validating the franchise. It was, in my opinion, it was about validating the young players.
Absolutely.
And I know it's hard for you guys to understand where I'm going. Like you guys thinking that maybe if you validate the young players, you still validating the franchise and vice versa. No, it's not about that. It's strictly about how good is Quentin Grimes? How good is Miles McBride? How good is Jericho Sims? How good is Trevor Keels? How good is John Montero?
Right.
How good is Farron Hunt? You know, are these guys good enough for us to talk about being in our young core, like what a Golden State Warriors has, or Memphis Grizzlies have, or an Orlando Magic have, or an Oklahoma City Thunder have, or Houston Rockets have? And yesterday, a team legit put 5 athletes on the floor, right? They put 5 athletes on the floor, and it exposed us. we don't have athletes.
How did we make it so far?
System basketball.
Yeah. We made it very far. We made it very far with a very high point differential.
Familiarity, system basketball.
Actually, we had the highest point differential of all the teams.
But sure,
so the fact that we didn't, so the fact that we wasn't hitting the shots that they were hitting all summer league, that doesn't factor into it, because we were hitting. That last game just like cats wasn't hitting.
No, man. Again, you missed my point. The Knicks lost 2 times this summer league, right?
To the same team.
And that team put athletes on the floor and exposed our lack of athleticism. That's what I'm getting at. Those are the type of things.
Exposed. Like, that's almost like saying, like, okay, the second team in a championship game, or the team that loses in a championship game gets exposed. How did you get to the championship game? What's you shaking your head?
No,
you shaking your head.
Yeah, I know, I understand.
No, but I'm asking a question.
I'm
asking a question though. You keep saying that we don't understand what you're saying. You understand what I'm asking. So then how do we evaluate those talents that got to that point? Because I think what everybody wants to say, but they don't want to say it because it's going to sound emotional, is that they were excited until that last game.
No.
I wasn't hearing none of this.
I got this, Freezy. This is how you evaluate them. You evaluate them based off of the things they did on the floor, all 5 games, good, and the things that they did bad. What did they do good? They communicated well. They passed the ball well. They shot the ball well. What did they do bad? They played bad defense against great athletes. Period. So
they didn't shoot the ball well. Shoot the ball well. That's a lie. They didn't shoot the ball well that last game. They didn't shoot the ball well.
I'm talking about, but how many games?
But this is my thing of the things that make a difference.
How many games were there, Free Keith?
It was 5 games, but they didn't shoot the ball well that last game. They wasn't shooting the ball well.
They beat everybody. They beat everybody except the team that was athletic. The team that was athletic beat them twice.
Right. They shot decent the first game they played against Portland.
Right.
The other 3 games they shot damn good. The last game against Portland, they shot bad, but more importantly, the other team scored more points than them, and that's why they lost. This is like, I don't understand why we're putting so much like linguistical emphasis on something so simple. They lost because the other team scored more points. Particularly, they were more athletic, more fast break points, more points in the paint. It's that simple. This is not like a brain surgeon thing. So all
you coming in at the tail end of the conversation. I don't think it's not the what you call it, the, like Freezy was saying that because they lost, that we should temper our expectations or temper our excitement about those young players, that they didn't show anything.
No.
You came in. You didn't come in. You didn't come in at the beginning of the conversation, though.
Bro, I've been watching, Keith. I've been watching.
But what I'm getting at is for our young players, this was supposed to be their parade. This is supposed to be their celebrate. This is supposed to be their prom. This is supposed to be like their big event. This is on the only stage going on in the NBA where there's basketball. This was a time for us to showcase that our young talent is just as good or better than other teams, and in stretches we did not do that. That is why. So then,
but it seemed like everybody was celebrating. Everybody was celebrating the cats on our team until that last game, though. Am I wrong about that? Am I lying?
Well, see the thing, Freezy, to kind of look at that way, like evaluating, looking at our young talent against other teams' young talent. You do got to realize that the Knicks are the only team that put out second-year players, really. So we should be doing well against these teams. It's a greater level.
Okay.
But that's where I'm coming from, is because other teams don't put out like good second-year players. You're putting out basically Grimes and McBride against a bunch of guys that aren't probably going to be in the league.
Yo,
Right.
real quick.
Just,
I just want to.
let me hold on.
Dominating, but.
Fire.
Yeah, man. Hey, so Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says Grimes was runner-up MVP of Summer League, though. And listen, I get it. I get that part. And I'm excited. Trust me, I'm excited about Grimes even being in the conversation, right? Of the MVP of anything. I'm excited about that. And everything that goes along with a positive narrative for the Knicks. I think where we're like, where we can't separate the wheat from the wheat is that whether we won the Summer League championship or not, I just wanted our guys to look great. That's all. Like if we got out there and got blown out by 50, but Grimes, McBride, Sims, Hunt, Keels, Montero would have looked great, then I would have been okay. I'd have been like, yo, it's only Summer League. You feel me? But we didn't look great, though, because Grimes didn't look great in that game, and he didn't look great the game before. He scored a lot of points late in blowout losses. And I don't want to say stat padding, because he wasn't padding stats. He was trying his best, right? The shot wasn't going at first. He was doing other stuff to keep the team in the game, right? I'm not saying if we'd have lost by 50 and Grimes would have had a triple-double with, say, 11 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, I'd have been like, Grimes looked great. That's all I needed to see. The Knicks winning the Summer League championship, bro, who cares? Thank you for that, Paris Doug. I appreciate the gravity and the levity of that, bro.
The levity? Now, that's funny, though, right? Like, those are official things, but that's like it's the levity of him being the Summer League, the Summer League MVP runner-up. Like, to me, that's the second best person in Summer League. Isn't that what that means?
Okay.
And no. I'm asking a question, like, because he wasn't the best person in Summer League. We feel like the showing was a fail.
Yeah, as a whole, yeah.
Okay, as a whole, because he wasn't Summer League MVP, his showing was a fail. I'm just trying to make sure that was clear.
Hey, make sure though when you attack my point, you understand that the point.
I'm not attacking your point. I'm asking you a question like that.
But it sounded like rhetoric though. Like I didn't know if
you just put up his super chat. That's what he said on his super chat.
Yeah. But I was
so that's what I'm saying. So like, there's no value to that. There's no value. You said it was levity. I was
talking to him specifically, Free Keith. I wasn't.
But you said it was levity. It was that part is levity. It's levity that he was the second best player in Summer League. Voted the second best player in Summer League. That's levity. It's funny.
Who said he was the second best?
Okay.
You said he was the second best, right?
Who was the MVP?
Man, I don't know. Probably the Sacramento kid, I think. Free Keith said he was the second best player. Paris Duggar said he was the Summer League runner-up though, and Free Keith said since he was a Summer League
isn't the MVP the best player? I'm asking. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know I'm wrong. Is the MVP the best player?
Right. So it's called the most valuable and not the most outstanding.
Okay, then he's the second most valuable player. Then he's the second most valuable player in the in summer league. No.
So he was the most valuable player to his team in summer league. But he was not the most He was not the most outstanding player of the tournament. Yeah. There's a distinct sense because if we just gonna get down to the breakdown of words and phrases, we just
of course he wasn't the most outstanding. If he was the most outstanding, he would have got MVP.
Right.
Well, he's the second most. But to me, what the vote says is he's the second most outstanding by the professionals who play the sport.
Okay.
I don't know. Like that I just don't understand how we're supposed to be so upset about our young guys' performance. I just don't get I don't get that. When everybody was raving about them inside and outside of the Knicks fan universe until that last game. Just admit that it's emotional. It's emotional, what you call it, because y'all wanted to win. We all wanted to win that chip. So now we're doing a bunch of conjecture about why the guys aren't what? Good enough, or they're not up to snuff?
You missing my point. I said, again, this is like the fourth time. I said this was supposed to be a coronation for our kids to prove to the league that our young core is just as good or better as other young cores in the league. I already said
they didn't prove that. And they didn't prove that.
No, you keep bringing up one player.
They didn't prove that. I'm asking you. Did they?
McBride does not look like an NBA point guard. Trevor Keels does not look like an NBA player.
So Grimes was so much of a Michael Jordan that he was winning all these games by himself. Nobody. So all of those cats was not looking like NBA players. Grimes is the only one that looked like an NBA player. He was putting the whole team on his back, and he won. He won the 3 out of those 5 games by himself.
Don't just ask me. Ask the chat. Chat. Did McBride, Keels, Hunt,
and that
Sims, and all the other guys do the same job as Quentin Grimes? And so, Freaky, to your point, is to your most valuable. You remember the most valuable point that you made? If the most valuable point thing is what you brought up, how come the other kids ain't in that conversation?
Because there's only individual players that nobody whole team is getting MVP votes, bro. Like, what are you even saying? Like that
Listen, guys, real quick. The team, they don't look like NBA players. They look like summer league NBA players, like they're supposed to look.
Like they're supposed to look like.
They look like players that still need development. That's what they look like.
And they were among the best of those.
Why are we jumping through hula hoops?
That's why I don't understand what Freezy's point is. Like, I'm supposed to be super disappointed that they didn't win the chip.
His point. This is his point.
Oh,
his point is they are not ready.
I keep saying that, bro. Why
he said they're not.
Point is,
that last game, they were sleepwalking. That last game.
Yo, it's only Freezy. 3 of them. 3 of them might only see. 2 of them might only see regular minutes. Grimes and Deuce. Grimes and Sims probably. But like, dude, like that's not our core. That's not our young core.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Freezy. What you're implying is that yes, we performed well 3 out of 5 games. The 2 games that we lost, we stunk up the place, and those players on there don't look like they're ready to be legitimate, functional players on the main NBA stage. Even though they did well 3 out of 5, and they played well in system basketball, and they hit amazing shots and good set shots, and they played a great system, when it comes down to the end of the day as to whether these, specifically these 3 guys, maybe 4, depending on if a 2-way contract gets established, those guys aren't ready to take a significant role on the big New York Knicks blue and orange stage.
Yeah, kind of.
I agree with that.
If I can be more contrite, than that, what I would say is my expectation for those guys to look a certain way was one thing, and they came out as a group, not just Quentin Grimes, Free Keith, not just Quentin, because I know you great just bring up Quentin Grimes.
But that group is not going to be there.
As a group, I thought they should look a certain way, and they got out there and they looked a different way. That's all I'm saying. This has nothing to do with the wins and losses, everybody. This is how the entire group looked over a 5-game stretch. I wanted to be super positive about
why
them.
is this coming up? Okay, so is this how you thought they was looking? Why is this the conversation now? Because I don't think that we was talking like this.
No, that's not true.
Before now,
that's not true. Because before the summer league they even started, I was asked by multiple panel members, "Hey, what's your expectation for summer league?" Hey, man, I want all of our kids to go out there and look good and prove to the world that they belong.
So as summer league is going on, now these aren't games that's happening in one day. Isn't that five games in one day? These are games over the last 2 weeks. How come this conversation of how unready these guys look is just happening now then? This was not the conversation.
Because because we're in a real world. All of this stuff
no, but it was happening in real time and the conversation was different.
All of this stuff is being overshadowed by a potential Donovan Mitchell trade, right? Come on, bro. Let's be real. We live in a real world. Like
dude, you were doing lives. You were doing lives during the NBA during the summer league games. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
We were paying attention to the summer league games as well.
Right.
Everybody was cheering these guys on, saying that they look good.
Should we not cheer them on?
Saying they look good. So what is it now? How is it that they don't look good now? It's just that last game. Yeah, just admit it, y'all. We emotionally wanted the chip. So now what we're doing is intellectualizing reasons why we are disappointed or this, that, and the other. But like summer league don't mean nothing. There'll be 2 of them cats in regular rotation. Period.
Okay, so for
that
me,
group,
what I was
that group is never a group that's going to see the NBA floor together.
All right, hold on. Hey, what's up, D'Angelo? Go ahead, Chuck.
What's up?
For me, what I was looking for better performances from the guys, simply because we had too many people saying that these guys shouldn't be traded for Donovan Mitchell, which I thought was, in my opinion, nonsense. But I wanted to see.
Oh, that's a different combo.
But that's what I was looking for. No, we can't trade Grimes. No, we can't trade this player because they're essential to our core. And no, we don't want to give them away. But I didn't see anything from those guys to say, well, nah, we got to keep them. Nah, I like Spider. I would want him, but nah, we. It had nothing to do with the championship for me. At the same time, like if you're there,
right,
go
right.
Get it.
Hey, Chuck, you going in and out. Yeah, but again, chat and listen. All I ask you to do, right, is when somebody is speaking, man, just hear what they got to say. You ain't even got to respect it, but don't take like what Free Keith say and twist it and put hot sauce on it. Just listen what Free Keith got to say. The same thing for others. The same thing with me. Before the summer league started, I said I'm neutral. I'm staying in the middle of the road. So when some of you guys are positive, I'm gonna sound negative because I'm trying to be neutral. And for the dudes that's negative, I'm staying in the road. So some of y'all, I'm sounding too positive, right? And I was asked, what was the expectation? I just want our guys to look good and prove that they are worth, and prove that they are good NBA players, right? And now after this thing is over with, Free keep trying to pin 2 losses on me, 2 L's on me. Why? I wasn't out there playing.
What are you talking about?
Can't be this positive, Keith. What I seen yesterday. These guys are just assets and they're tradable commodities.
Yeah, that's a whole different conversation. Would I get rid of anybody on that floor for Donovan? Yeah.
Well, at least we could agree with
all of them.
In a heartbeat. My conversation today was
nobody's untouchable. That's it. Everything's on the table for Donovan.
That is it. Like, I'm not even any of those guys. I would say, but like, I'm not attached to them in that way. But I can point out what I've seen over the course of 5 games. Like, Quentin Grimes looked like he could be. I don't want him to start maybe, but like he looked like he could play on the NBA floor. But he looked like that last season.
Yeah,
Grimes looked like a guy who could play 15 to 20 minutes off your bench. Period.
Yes, there is nothing, and there's nothing wrong with that.
He's shown me nothing.
These guys haven't shown me anything, really. If these guys
Grimes is showing nothing,
they would have shut them down.
No, he's showing nothing.
We've seen enough. All right, guys. See you in October in training camp. Everybody jumped out the window for Ferry Hunt's first game. What did he do after that?
You tried to shine over here in Vegas. McBride didn't show me anything. He didn't take it to the hole. He's too timid, passing up the ball. He's tradable, babe. I'm done with him.
Who didn't take it to the hole? You said Grimes did? Grimes?
No, McBride.
McBride didn't take it to the hole?
No, he was passing the ball up.
McBride was. What games were you watching? I thought McBride was very aggressive.
Oh, he was not. He was a mess.
The only thing that I took seriously out of Summer League is that I have to seriously sit down and consider when Tom Thibodeau wants a player in the draft, I have to strongly evaluate the floor of these players that he wants. Because the 2 guys he banged on the table for is not really showing me that much right now. Like, Bright is not showing me that he's an NBA player right now.
At least we could say I'm sorry, go ahead.
I have to strongly evaluate Tibbs' eye for talent.
At least we could say that Grimes is aggressive. He played aggressive during the day. He did a good job. McBride didn't show me anything. He's not a backup. Maybe in 3 years from now. He ain't backing up anybody. He ain't doing the right thing. He didn't show me anything in the series.
Now, don't get upset when I say Grimes didn't show me anything, because everybody was telling me that he was supposed to be the starter, starting next to Brunson. If he's going to be the starter, he needs to be a lot more than what he showed.
We got average players. We got above a little bit.
He's not going to start. So he's not going to start over Evan.
When I say I didn't see much out of Grimes, I saw the same player I saw last year. He did a little playmaking here and there. That's all.
Bingo. Same exact guy.
Don't get upset when I say that.
What was the player you saw last year, coming out of last year?
Grimes, he plays tough defense. He shoots his shots. He's a smart player. That's it. And I saw the exact
So the continuation of that. So the continuation of that, to me, is a good thing.
Yeah, certainly.
He showed that player is real, and I think that player is one that you could build on. And I'm not saying that he has to start. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying that the idea that he did not look like an NBA player is false.
I didn't say he
Are
didn't
we
look
supposed
like
to get better each year? Are we supposed to see the abilities get better each year from year to year? Are we just supposed to see the same thing over and over? That he could shoot the 3, he could do a couple of things. I want to see get up to be an elite person that's playing that court. But we don't.
I saw some playmaking. We didn't see.
We got that. We don't got that.
I saw some playmaking from Grimes that we didn't see before.
Oh no! Oh, listen, Keith. I know you're being positive, but that's ridiculous.
No, but I'm dude. Like, it's not even about being positive. To me, this is not a negative versus positive kind of conversation. Like, I don't see where like how these players did that bad. Like, to me, 3 out of the 5 games which is enough to create an aggregate. Like Grimes looked well. Like he looked like he could be in an NBA rotation.
Free Keith, let me ask you a question. Free Keith. After game 1, how many untouchables did we have on this roster, in the summer league roster?
After game 1?
Yeah, that narrative.
After game, I don't even care if they won game 5. We didn't have any untouchables on that court.
To you, because a lot of people went into summer league saying we overvalue our players, right? So after one game, I've heard Grimes has to be a keeper. I heard Farron Hunt is a keeper. Don't trade these guys away. Now, fast forward a couple more games, when it's not a one-game sample, you see who these guys are, right?
Yeah, and he came away with some MVP voting.
But we're talking about MVP about guys who are probably going to go play overseas, G League, not make NBA rosters, or guys going to go back to shopping, like being grocery boys or being accountants. Let's be real.
That's it. You got to be real about this. Come on, you can't see everything always. Oh, it's all great.
Goddamn summer league. If he's doing this in preseason, I put more stock into it because he's doing against NBA talent. NBA people who's on an NBA roster, not summer league.
What are you gonna say then? We have another losing season.
Wait, hold on. That was our discussion from the beginning. Like we said that the summer league games don't mean anything. We said that.
It means
now
something.
They mean something.
If you're gonna start ascending as a player, if we're gonna
it's a showcase.
It's a showcase. Guess what? I wanted him to be more efficient in the threes, not take these deep threes that he was taking.
Yeah, that's all he was doing.
Aggressive off the dribble.
Yes.
Not look like he's a little out of control because it looked like he started to force the issue. Showing me that he wanted to be the man, but he don't have the skill set to be the man.
No, there you go. Good point. Case in point.
He has the excellent skill set to fit with other guys who are the man.
So, okay. What's the argument? What's the argument? I'm not arguing that.
Everything all ties together when people saying I'm not trading Grimes or I'm not doing this.
Who said I'm not trading Grimes? I don't care if they won the chip.
Grimes should be the starter or this and that. We never real with our players. We overvalue them.
Yo,
can I add something real quick?
I don't care if Grimes was hitting every shot and we won the chip. None of them guys to me are untouchable.
And if we get Mitchell,
Donovan, none of them.
Winning the games mean nothing.
Nobody's untouchable. In my mind, nobody's untouchable till I have a championship team. Nobody's untouchable.
Exactly, Keith.
So let's put that conversation aside.
Okay,
I can focus very, you know what I'm saying? Like I can multitask and focus in very much on a singular issue. And to me, the singular issue here, outside of the tradability or whether these cats should stay or go, is that I don't think that they looked bad during summer league.
They looked terrible.
I don't think that they looked bad.
Portland. Come on, they look terrible against Portland. These young guys. They
look terrible. You can't get. How do you get to the championship game looking terrible?
Did they show up to the game that they were supposed to win, maybe for the championship?
See, that's a different story. That's a different conversation. That's a different conversation. Every year somebody loses the chip. Every year that somebody loses the chip, but nobody says that they're a bad team.
You got to show up.
Hey, hold on for a second, guys. Let me do this. Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contributions. I saw him, man. I'm trying to get him in as the points go, but the conversation is morphing kind of fast. So I'm gonna slow down these conversations so that we can get to these points. Paris Duggar said Golden State had super athleticism, and we shot bad, and he's right because they had Kuminga, Moody, and a bunch of other guys. So he had a great point there. You know what I'm saying, with that super chat. Like Golden State legit was super athletic. And they ate off of us, right? And he also said Wallingford was MVP. He's a second-year guy also. So the second-year guy conversation don't hold water as much as it would if it was, say, our second-year guy. Say our second-year guy missed all the season and didn't play because of something, right? So I understand where he's coming from. And Paris Duggar also said Lawrence Tears need a hater cruise for self-haters. As far as the haters stuff go, bro, I'll say it like this. I think we all view the Knicks differently because of perspectives, experiences, and knowledge base. So we see a lot of these things differently. right? And for me, while it sounds like I'm being a hater, I'm really not. I feel like I'm being neutral because I'm not bashing the kids and saying they played bad, right? And I'm not saying it was Summer League championship or bust. What I'm saying is I was disappointed that those guys didn't show me more. My expectation was I wanted to see more, and then they didn't show me more, so I'm disappointed. And the convenient narrative for that is, well, they didn't win a championship, so you mad? No, I'm not mad.
You're not that. Come on,
I'm not mad. I was saying that from the beginning.
You're smarter than that.
Yeah. I was saying that from the beginning. That because think about it. If you put your best 4 second-year prospects on the team, the other 11 guys on your team are dudes you just picked up randomly.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like so you can't say that the Knicks had the best summer league team after they had 2 losses. What I'm saying is I expected to see more out of Grimes, right? And Grimes' numbers box score says he did such and such, but we watched the game live and he was missing shots and we got behind. And while the game was going on, when he started scoring, it didn't chip away at the lead. So it looks like he was consistent throughout the whole game, but he wasn't. Right? Yeah. And McBride is not an NBA point guard.
No, he's not.
Right?
By far, right? Maybe 3 years from now, if he's lucky.
Right. And Jericho Sims played 8 minutes. I think it was 8 minutes left in the second quarter.
Oh, he looked
like
the
game, and he only had 2 rebounds, and both of them were offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
So he did not grab defensive rebounds and close possessions, get Portland off the glass. Those are facts, right?
And I don't want this front office to sell us a bill of goods that these guys are creme de la creme kind of guys, that they're untradeable and we won't get Mitchell because we don't want to give up on these guys. Stop. Don't sell us a bill of goods on how great they are. Half of them are second round picks. Calm down. Don't try to make it seem like, oh, you found that needle in a haystack. Oh my God, they're the greatest thing. No, don't sell me that. Because if they're not, and we have to use them as chips to move them. Don't sell us this bill of goods that they're the greatest thing, because they're not. They're average players. We got some pieces that we have. They're not that great. So we got to stop kidding ourselves, because we're going to just be in the same thing next season that's coming up, that we're going to be status quo. We're going to be a 500 team. If we can even make it to the first round, we got to stop it now, because that's what they're trying to sell us on. We're holding on to these kids that we picked, that the front office handpicked themselves, because they don't want to look bad in anything that they picked. So that's just my opinion, because let's just stop it now. If you got to move these chips, these guys to get Donovan, get them. Get them. My God, stop it now. I know they're asking for a lot, Utah. We know they're going to try to fleece us, and they're playing a possum right now because they can. We have all the draft picks, but you do what you got to do to get that guy, because he's going to be the best player coming on this team, Mitchell, if we get him.
I like Grimes, but I look at him as I said, like maybe 7th, 8th man off the bench, play a little defense, hit some shots.
Totally.
And the thing is, he has high value now. Ainge wants him apparently in that Mitchell deal. I say if you can give him up, give him up. Because my fear is with inside the next 12 months, if they do move Fournier, they don't like the defense and Grimes is starting, the book's going to come out on him and that value is going to drop.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Another aspect of Summer League that I saw is the Knicks killed every other team that didn't have a legitimate NBA rotation player on their roster, right? So when we played against Golden State, they locked up Kuminga, but Moody did whatever the hell he wanted. The 2 Portland games, I believe the point guard was Williams and whatever his name is. They both were, even though Portland was tanking, they were getting NBA minutes last year. So against these rotational minutes, against NBA players, these guys struggled. That's something we can't just be like, oh,
we won that Golden State game, right?
But you're not listening to what I said. I didn't say that we lost or won the Golden State game. Moody did whatever the hell he wanted. That's what I said. And I said against Portland twice that they kicked their ass twice. They had NBA guys on their roster last year that played in summer league, and we couldn't even do nothing against them. So that's my thing that I take away from summer league, that the same guys that we're propping up against other NBA talent, they didn't really do so much.
Okay.
I watched the whole summer league, every game, and I can't turn away and say that I was not entertained by these games. I can't say that I was not entertained by the players. I can't say none of that. But I can also say I was not really overtained about certain things. Things I'm gonna point out is what I was looking for and what I didn't get. I know Grimes he can shoot the ball. I know he can catch and shoot. I seen him trying to a little bit take you off the dribble, you know what I'm saying, and pop his J. I saw a little bit of that. I think he's going to probably come in this season where he has a little bit more confidence than what he, you know what I'm saying, than last year he was more hesitant. This is the downside, whereas I don't get from Grimes. A major playoff series, and you get to games 5, 6, 7, and the team on defense, they seen every time out you don't made every play, you don't draw up and everything, and you got to go get a bucket without me knowing what you're doing. This is what I did not get from Grimes. Island defensive player that's in front of him. When they say he on an island, that means he can't get no help because nobody else can leave nobody else. I never seen Grimes, make a player look like he was on an island. I never seen, unless I missed it, I never seen Grimes this whole summer league wave that high pick and roll off, move out the way. None of that. Get out my way. I seen him take shots that was one-on-one after he caught it. But far as catching the ball and tell, don't come out here, move out my way, get out this way, I'm getting ready to kill. I never got that. The thing about about Deuce is, I hate to say it, but Deuce gonna fall into that same game pattern as Emmanuel Quickly. And what I mean by that, he's gonna be labeled as a combo. And when people say combo, that means you could do a couple of different things, but you're really not great at one thing. So they call it a combo. He's not no point guard like Quickly. He's not no shooting guard. You know what I'm saying? So Quickly can be a shooting guard because he can shoot, but that he's too small for that. So with him being just a combo guy that really can't do anything, he doesn't have a main thing that he can bring to this team. So, I ain't getting nothing from him as far as, him solidifying himself. I can't be a point guard. You know what I'm saying? I just know I know he can catch and shoot. So I think those are two things that I lost out this offseason, seeing them guys create. The guy, he got together, no foot speed, no nothing. He can bring the ball up court, but bringing the ball up court, and you know what I'm saying, I can do that. I mean, so none of these guys, I'm not holding back none of these guys, meant for me to go get Donovan. I'm looking for him now. Is he still in the city? I know he was here all weekend. Where is he at? Is he at the NBA store? Where's he eating at? He had lunch somewhere.
He's not leaving. He's gonna send somebody to Utah. He ain't leaving.
I know that, but the reason why I'm saying these things is forget not leaving and forget we know he here. Go get him. I want to hear the breaking news. That's what I want to hear. I don't want to keep playing all these jokes. I could be.
You don't want rumors. You don't want rumors.
No, I don't want none of that. I'm sick of it.
I'd be afraid for them to trade for him right now. I'd wait a couple of weeks because if they trade for him right now, means they went for the highest offer and they said screw it. They didn't wait and let, because in Utah now are going to look to canvas the league to see if they get better. And I don't think they're getting better than the Knicks offer.
Not if they really want picks. They ain't get unless picks is materializing out the air for some other teams. Like if they serious about really wanting picks, then we the best out there. Like we their biggest offer.
So I don't know where they're getting another offer. I think they're going to probably use Pat Riley and Miami as leverage. Like you're going to hear rumors of Miami trying to do a deal with OKC for them to get picks. But at the end of the day, it's all trying to get the most out of the Knicks. But I think at the end of it, they want the Knicks picks because the Knicks picks historically have value. Look at the players that were drafted: LaMarcus Aldridge, Hayward, all these guys. So that's why. So I think that's why the Knicks is the deal that's going to happen. But it's going to take a couple of weeks, I think, because you're going to just hear rumors.
Patience is going to be required.
Leon's not just going to throw everything. He's going to try and get the price down.
You ain't see what Ainge, like they have reported that Ainge said that like he doesn't think that Donovan Mitchell could be really the face of an NBA franchise. Like he's even trying to dumb it down for like their fans and this, that, and the other, because he knows that they're gonna have to take something a little bit less than he'd want to get.
See, the thing is, the Rudy Gobert thing messed up the whole thing.
Yep.
So the Knicks are better waiting, and then going into the season, let the teams let Utah start off slow and let Donovan start getting disgruntled and put pressure.
But you let it get down that far down the line. We're not getting Mitchell. Somebody else.
No, we got to get him before the season opens.
Because if the price comes down and someone makes a bid, you can still make the higher bid.
I'm telling you, watch. Knicks never get their man. Watch, and that'll happen if you wait too long with this guy.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't even say. I don't see Leon taking a fleecing type deal. That's number one. Number two, like we got to get him. If we don't get him by season opener, we're not getting him. Like he got to be here before the season.
How many times we use the picks for anything? We've traded half our picks away. We draft guys and give them hats, Nick hats.
Another piece of news that just came out right now is that Donovan Mitchell's willing. They're saying he's willing to waive his trade kicker only for the Knicks, so that matters. 15%.
Yeah, like it's happening, bro. It's happening. It's gonna happen. Cats has got to be patient.
So I find it interesting.
All right, but wait a minute, guys. Before we get back into the same thing, So Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says only Melo and Spree handle the weight of New York. Can Spider?
We're gonna find out.
Interesting.
We're gonna find out.
Hey, hey guys, hold on, man. Let me do the super chats. Hold on, slow down. So Paris Douglas also says, no on Obi quickly and RJ. No, Ainge wants 6 picks. All right. So basically, what he's getting at is a conversation that y'all are already having. So I just got to make sure I read the super chat, y'all. Just make sure y'all, you know what I'm saying? I got to get some space in order to jump in and read those, because they're an integral part of the conversation as well. Right. Go ahead, Joe. My bad.
To finish real quick what I was saying, you heard it today that Danny Ainge is canvassing the league to find more offers, right? Obviously, he wasn't happy what he was getting with the Knicks. So I think in return, Donovan Mitchell pretty much said, I'll waive my no-trade kicker for the Knicks. And that applies to the Jazz. The Jazz have to pay that tax, not any team acquiring him. So I think it's going to be a negotiation going. Nothing's going to happen soon. There's going to be tit for tat going back and forth for a while.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. It could go into the beginning of the season. I don't think it will, but I wouldn't mind it because that's when the price and everything's going to go down.
I would mind
and the Knicks still have the best offer. The only risk of that is some young star pops early on, and Utah's like, "Oh, I want him." Yes. And teams like, okay, we'll do a deal. That's the only risk. So I do think they'll get it done. But it's going to be towards maybe mid-end August, because I don't see Leon biting at this. They have to let that Rudy Gobert trade come back down to earth, because that's Danny Ainge is still high from that trade, and he wants all that. So
Joe, let me ask you this about that. Do you not believe that the fact that Kyrie Irving is also about to be traded, and Kevin Durant is also about to be traded, is not settling the wild trade market that Minnesota created by giving away a lot of stuff when they upset the trade market?
Minnesota just messed up the league more or less. New young owner come in, new GMs like, yeah, we'll give you everything, and you've way better players. You have Kevin Durant, arguably top 10 players. Like if Rudy Gobert goes for 5, KD has to go close for 10.
Right. But
that's how I look value-wise. You're never going to get it. So that's where everything's messed up, and that's why I think it's going to take a little bit of time. KD's going to take a lot longer.
Right,
KD's going to take a lot longer to get traded, but Donovan might maybe a month. Because Leon's not going to bite. Leon's going to say, go find a better offer. And then when they don't, they're going to come back to Leon and then be like, okay, we're going to negotiate.
Right.
So unless Miami comes up with a load of picks or somebody else.
They will.
It's all Knicks.
Don't wait that long. It's no good, Freezy.
That's what I'm saying.
The slide in.
Oh man, strike while the iron is hot. You go after this guy. Come on.
I know,
but you're going to give up. You're going to give up everything right now.
At 25 years old. At 25 years old, how many years of top level service you think we get from Donovan?
Oh, we can't go down that road. How are you going to get that out?
No. I'm asking, how many years?
7, 8.
7 to 8.
I'm willing to give up that many picks.
All right. Well,
I'm fine with the picks. Give up 7, 8 picks. I'm fine. That's me. It's the players.
Dude, I don't even care. There is no.
You're keeping players.
There is no group of players. Like I don't see them getting 5 of our players or this, that, and the other. But like quickly, if it's Obi, Grimes, and McBride, peace. Be out. I'm sorry. Like I do like both of them.
What if they just say RJ and quickly? What do you do then?
But they already said that RJ's not going. So I'm not making any pie in the sky. I personally would trade RJ, and I love RJ, but I would trade him. But they already said that he's on their personal not trading list, whatever. So RJ is not getting traded. So I'm logically taking him out of the scenario. To me, like I'm giving you anybody else if it comes down to it.
Yo, Keith Duck, you in New York, bro. You're not allowed to say I'm trading RJ.
I don't think Utah don't want him because they got to pay him.
Duck. Don't let these people hear you say that.
Jay Boogie,
dude,
what do you think? Jay
no. I didn't start. I'm gonna say this. I didn't start out as an RJ. Like I really didn't. I didn't feel no type of way one way or the other about RJ. But like, dude, it's certain eye of the tiger things. When a guy shows it to you, you gotta respect it. And like he really turned me into a fan after that game. After that game where he was shooting horribly the whole game, and that last second shot, it didn't deter him. All his misses the whole game, and he still had the eye of the tiger enough to hit that shot.
You remember that? 2 minutes before that, he missed a wide open 3 at the top.
Yeah,
of the
this
team,
is what I'm saying, and this is what I'm saying. Like normally, that's crushing a guy. That's crushing a guy. Like I'm tossing that last second rock. I'm not confident in this shot if this is going to be the game winning shot. And he took that joint, and that was the first shot he made, I think, in the last 5 minutes.
Right.
All I'm saying. But that is that kind of thing that impresses me about a guy. Like I'm more of the dude who like the old school competition, and like I like to see them things pop up in the purse.
Let me ask y'all a question, right? The year before they acquired Donovan Mitchell, the Jazz won 40 or 41 games, right? Year 1 of Donovan Mitchell, they won 51 and been a top team in the West, in the Western Conference ever since. What is that worth to you as a Knicks fan?
Bro, I don't like the undervaluing Knicks fans are trying to say about Donovan Mitchell because of the last playoffs performance. You look at that Jazz team outside of Donovan, and maybe you could argue Rudy because the defense, that team is trash.
And by the way, what Freezy said the other day, Donovan Mitchell helped unlock Rudy Gobert also. Because didn't his points per game jump up like 6-7 points, Freeze?
Right. And so these are the small things that people don't notice. But let me do the super chats again, y'all. So so I want to thank you to everybody contributing to the channel. Ed Winning P2626 says majority of Knicks fans don't understand NBA business. Leon wants Jazz to take back salaries. Spider makes 30 mil, and your players' salaries does add up, right? Okay, hey man, I'm with you on part of this, right? The part that Leon and Danny Ainge are working on all things that are valuable because the draft picks are not the only thing that's valuable that's gonna be moved around in this equation. You have to look at expiring contracts, promising young talent, NBA veteran that can contribute to a playoff team. All of these things are valuable things around the league, not just these draft picks, because in theory, these draft picks you hope will be valuable down the road, but just like every other asset, they may provide diminishing returns if everything don't go right. Right? Say, for instance, you trade OKC's first round pick in 2027. But what if OKC, after a long rebuild, is a great team by then? You thought it was going to be maybe the number 5 pick, but by the time 2027 gets here, that pick is in the late 20s. Right? So no things are guaranteed. You have to look at the total equation. Everything in this equation is going to have value going back and forth, whether it's Derrick Rose's expiring contract, whereas it's Evan Fournier being tradable to a playoff team that needs shooting, like the Jazz may be able to flip Evan Fournier to the Lakers for a couple of those bad contracts, and all of a sudden, Evan Fournier, besides Russell Westbrook, gives them shooting in the backcourt, and now a bad shooting backcourt is no longer the Lakers' problem. Right now, Anthony Davis has space to operate because Evan Fournier can knock down threes. It's all these things that you have to take into account, right? Derrick Rose's expiring contract. You send that to a team that needs cap space. Like they could flip Derrick Rose to the Golden State Warriors for a bad contract and a first round pick. Danny Ainge gets his first round pick. Golden State gets cap space and cap relief. Right? It's all these different things that you have to take into play. So the first round picks are attractive. The young talent is attractive, but you can't say an asset is not attractive to around the league because it doesn't look attractive to you. Like Evan Fournier may not be the most attractive to us because we're trying to rebuild with quality young talent at every position. And Evan Fournier seems to have been in a position to block some of this young talent from getting on the floor. So you want to move him because he seems like he's not a good fit for the timeline. But the Lakers probably would love an Evan Fournier to put with Russell Westbrook because that backcourt, regardless who they put back there with Westbrook, they can't shoot. So does Evan Fournier has a value to an Anthony Davis who can't even score now because the floor is shrunken down for him and LeBron? You add a Fournier to that, and all of a sudden, you get the Lakers closer to contention because all LeBron needs is a sliver of space. And all Anthony Davis needs, because these are all-time greats we're talking about. We're not talking about like the Julius Randles of the world or say, a random scorer. This is not a Chris Middleton. It's like you're talking about guys that are generational talent, Anthony Davis and LeBron James. You give them a guy that can space the floor, all of a sudden they can get back to the way that they used to be. So don't think that in any age is just hell-bent on one thing because he might prioritize that one thing doesn't mean the other things are not important. Right? Let me get to the other super chat just real quick. Paris Douglas says, do you trade 6 picks for Spider or 3-4 picks for Scoot Henderson? See, Paris Douglas saw in trouble. See, that's a conversation. That's a show. Paris Douglas, that's a show that you're talking about. Like, we can't talk about this in 3 hours. This is like, so what 6 picks are you trading? What 3 or 4 picks are you trading? Are you trading 3 or 4 picks in the same draft year? Or are you spreading those draft picks 3 or 4 out over the course of time? If you get a Scoot Henderson, now what do you do with Jalen Brunson? You know what I'm saying? So bro, that right there in Paris Douglas, that's a great question. Bro, that right there is a show. Right? I'm gonna move out of the way and let y'all continue chopping it up, man. I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Yeah, Fraser, I was going to say, yeah, but the value, I think at the end of the day, you're going to get, it'll be 2 young players. There'll be maybe five picks in a swap. But I do think Leon would be smart and he's going to try and, because you're going to have to put Rose or Fournier. I think if he's giving up the picks, he's going to dump both of them. And he's going to want something back with Donovan Mitchell, like a ready win now player, looking at like, I don't know, Bogdanovich or one of their guys over there, because I know they're trying to move on guys too. So I think if Leon's going to do this deal, he's going to try and extract as much value out of it. If he's giving up that many picks, he's going to offload salary and get something else.
Well, you better do something. You better get it done.
I think they'll get it done. I believe they'll get it done. I don't see any other threat right now, and I don't think it's smart to get it done now and bid at the highest one. I think it's going to come down a short, because right now I think they're looking like Obi, Quickly, Grimes, and 6 picks. Like, it's ridiculous. So you need that thing to come down to maybe 2 of the young players and 5 picks, but they got to give us something else. So there's time. Like, I was trying to think one of the other deals. Remember Kyrie Irving deal went on for a little while when he went to the Celtics, but I think it was like mid-August when that deal was done. So there's still some time. I just don't think Leon's going to bite at the high price right now, even though we wanted to get it done because we're nervous that they're not going to get him and they're going to mess it up. I believe they're going to get it done. I just think it's going to take a little bit of time, and it's going to be a better price than what we're seeing right now.
And 9 times out of 10, they do mess it up. So,
well, Dolan messes it up, and what messed up was the Carmelo trade.
I can't even blame Dolan. Dolan's, he put these people in charge here.
Leon hasn't done anything. Leon hasn't done anything yet. This is the first trade.
But who's our backup as point guard here? Rose? I mean, Derrick Rose, the guy who breaks down. He's going to be in the second unit.
Quickly, he's going to be. Rose is going to be gone.
I should hope so. I can't deal with him anymore with his broken kneecaps and his torn up toenail, whatever.
Utah's going to want Rose because he's $14 million expiring. They're going to want him more over Fournier because Fournier, I think, has 2 years left in the deal. But I think they're eventually going to end up dumping both of them on Utah.
I hope so.
Man, I just hope this doesn't happen, but if Pat Riley finds a way to get Donovan
Mitchell, that's what I'm thinking. Thank you.
I will never.
What does he have? What does he have?
He will figure out a way. That's what he said.
It doesn't matter if one
day
they wake up and say, you know what, and they wake up one day and say, you know what? What happened?
That's what I'm afraid of, D'Angelo. Pat Riley swooping up.
Right, Danny.
Man. I will never forgive Leon Rose.
He will figure out something to get him. I'm sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I would never forgive Leon Rose if he lets Donovan Mitchell go to South Beach.
Oh, God, I'm going to throw up.
He won't let that happen because right at the moment, Miami's competing with the Knicks' worst offer.
I understand
that. As
soon
as Miami gets the Knicks' worst offer, we up the offer.
We don't know what's Danny Ainge's motive, right? After a while, if you keep negotiating the same thing and someone just doesn't want to budge, you're not obligated to deal with that person.
Great point.
You could easily be like, man, bump that. I'll just go ahead with this. And we don't know. Pat Riley is known to do this. We don't know if he just wakes up and says, you know what? I'll give you Bam. I'll find me another center.
Also of value.
I like to know where that comment came from, saying about Spider saying he'll waive his no trade clause and he want to go to the Knicks. I like that.
It's not a no trade, and it's not put out there yet. But
it's a trade. It's a trade kicker. And if it's true, that actually provides way more value than any. Like literally, we'd have to make less money work.
No, but he'll waive that thing to go to Miami too. If Miami did come up with a package,
no, we won't. No, we won't.
Hold on, Jay. Say that one more time.
The trade kicker is the Jazz would have to pay that, sending out the salary for Donovan Mitchell, not the team inquiring Donovan Mitchell. So for you to trade Donovan Mitchell, you have to pay the 15% in his contract to Donovan Mitchell.
Same thing we would have to do. We move Randall.
Yes.
So he got 4 years, 134 left, right?
That's what that 15% is only for 1 year, though.
All right, so.
But Angel have to pay that.
We all know that the contracts have to match. So
Yeah, that bonuses goes. They spread it over the 3 years of the remaining of his contract. So it'll be like maybe the Jazz will have to pay like what is it, like 4, 3, and 3 the next 3 years to cover that, like whatever millions of dollars, whatever that equates to.
So nothing else matter. Nothing else matter. You know what I'm saying? As far as us trying to go ahead and get this piece over here, because it's showing right now you need 2 all-stars to do anything, but you can't have 2 until you get 1. So, Leon, what is the problem with you going to take Evan Fournier, Derrick Rose, and maybe Bron?
Because they don't want Evan. And they don't want Derrick Rose. They want young players. They want young players and draft picks.
They have to take one of them for the money to match, Keith. They have to. The money don't match.
Let J Boogie finish, bro. Yeah, bro.
The money has to match. So that's 36 mil right there. But to sweeten the pot, we know you won't pitch. I'm going to give you 5 picks because I can keep on my other youth. You take these 5 picks, Evan Fournier, you could take Bruce, and you could take Derrick Rose, which that $14 million comes off the book. Deuce, you can waive him or whatever you want to do. So you don't clear some space, you know what I'm saying, as far as with your roster and doing what you want to do. And we can make the swap just like that. Take these 5 picks and let me.
They want 6 picks, I think. I think they wanted 6 picks. And they say that's
6 picks. But I also think that, it's not just about the dollars, like the dollars matching. Those, Evan and Rose make the dollars match, but they also want one of them young talents, bro. Like we trying to get out of this scot-free, and we not gonna get out of this without some pain.
So give up one of the talents, give him the 6 picks, and let's go.
Exactly. This is what. No, I'm just saying. I'm just speaking to Jay Boog's.
No, and I agree with Jay Boog. Yeah, what he's saying. Yeah,
his proposal. We're gonna have to lose a Grimes. We're gonna have to lose Obi.
That's
fine. Which is fine to me. I'm just saying, like that proposal wasn't going to be enough. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, but you got to give him. I mean, you give him some type of idea. If he pushes that away, you know he only pushes it away for 2 things. Either he gonna want the 6th pick, which I could give him, or he gonna want Grimes. But I'm not gonna just, you know what I'm saying, give him the 6th pick and Grimes off top. I got to play with him to see where he at too. So let me.
And we don't know what was counted, because remember, all the leaks is really coming from that side. We don't really know what it is that Leon is negotiating.
But
we don't know what he's kicked out.
This is my other part, why the picks don't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't see people across all types of podcasts and listen to all types of chats and keep talking about these picks and they ain't even got a damn afro. You don't pick what? Could you imagine where this team would have been 3 years ago, 2 years ago? You know, if we'd have went and got, our starting lineup would have been Mitch, Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, and Bradley Beal. But nah, so many guys talked about them same picks. Don't want to give them up.
2 picks.
What did we wind up with? Guys that y'all want.
We wind up with Quentin Grimes. Those 2 picks eventually wound up Quentin Grimes and Cam Reddish.
Summer League MVP runner-up. Get that right, bro.
There you go. There you go.
Jay,
there you go.
Yeah,
why we
Jay
holding on to these picks when we could get somebody that's going to, that's going to come here and be a killer at the times when we don't have a killer.
I don't think I'm hearing anybody really against the picks. Like that seems to be pretty unanimous.
Can I? What's going on, fellas? I just wanted to come in and put some clarity on something.
Let me do these super chats just real quick, and then I get out the way, and the floor be yours, okay? Just real quick. So Jeremy Maynard, thank you for the generous contribution. Mix and match 1st and 2nd round picks to equal 7 to 8 picks, but max at 5 first. That sounds like a sound idea. Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, y'all bipolar scared of the boogeyman fans hurt us. I don't know what to say to that, bro. I'm gonna just leave that one open on the floor. Eddie C, go ahead, bro. My bad. I just had to get them because they have been sitting.
I know everybody is down to for the picks and certain young players, and obviously for the monies to match, some of our veterans have to be involved. Let's say a Fournier, this and that, right? But I just want to put this nugget out there, and I'll let you guys cook for the rest of the show. There's two very important things. One is that the Utah Jazz really don't value those picks that we traded for. The Detroit pick, the Washington Wizards pick, the Milwaukee pick. They don't really value those picks, right? What they're trying to get is from New York is unprotected picks. So the unprotected 2023 pick, unprotected 2025 pick, unprotected 2027 pick, unprotected 2029 pick. Those are the ones that they're trying to get. Now, I just heard Boogie say, like, if you can't get one guy here, you can't get two. That's very true. But the thing is, if we give up these unprotected picks, because Danny Ainge, those are the ones that he wants, we can keep the Detroit pick. He's not in it for those picks. He wants our picks, right? That's the business deal. That's the deal at hand. If we give up all those picks, we have no value left to get another superstar. We're going to be hamstrung until 2030. So we're not even going to be able. This is the team that we're going to have for the whole entirety of our championship run.
The return is worth it in the long run. With
Eddie, see, the only thing I'm going to say about that is...
Go ahead, Free. What's not true?
With every passing year, those protection of those picks, you can go further, right? So after you already trade away your 2023 picks, moving into the next offseason, you can start trading. You can either draft the 2024 and trade them away, or now it's like with every passing year, those picks become available more down the line, in a sense. So it's not like we're stuck.
But if you're
only 3 years. Only 3 years, then they turn into, if they don't convey, that they get lower, but if they don't convey, it just turns into a second round pick.
I know that, but once 23 is over, 23 is over. That's it. Then you owe them 2 picks. So you're still going to have picks down the line as time moves on. And at the age of 25, you still have time to build around Donovan Mitchell. So it's not.
Okay, so there's two things going on over here. One is that Jay is saying that once the year goes, you can trade the pick as long as you pick the pick, right? That's what you're trying to say, Jay? Okay. And Keith is talking about protections on the picks that if they don't convey, those are two totally different things.
No, but I was speaking to him. I didn't get to answer your question that you asked me the last time.
So Keith, those are two very separate things, because let's say you trade 4 Knicks picks. Let's say you trade 4 Knicks picks and they're all unprotected, right? You are going to get a superstar. How are you going to get another superstar? Let's say we're going into Jay's point of view and we go into 2024 and you pick the guy and then you try to trade him. Well, if you're trying to trade for an all-star, you're not trading just one pick. You have to trade multiple picks. So it's not going to work that way, because you have to wait for every year to pick a player to give that to the Knicks for the trade. You understand what I'm saying?
I feel there's always ways around that, though. Dallas Mavericks just did that right now with Christian Wood. They weren't able to trade. They weren't able to trade back-to-back years, but the one year that it fell in that they're able to make the trade, they drafted a player and they traded him to Houston. Now Christian Wood is part of the Dallas Mavericks.
And to tell you the truth,
I would advise you to go and check out. And there's going to be I would advise you to go check out the Knicks wall, and they explain it to you specifically, word for word. And this is where I actually got the information. So now I understand it more. You understand what I'm saying? Now I understand why the Knicks don't want to give up those picks, because if they give up those picks, we're going to be hamstrung for the next 4 to 5 years, and we're not going to be able to do no moves. We're not even going to be able to.
I don't see it like that at all.
Exactly.
And also, check that out so that you can be informed, and then that helps you understand it.
Those are the only picks that we can grant that we can give it to them open and clear, like all the other ones have that. But like, what I feel like, if we get a player like Donovan, the Knicks picks, those unprotected picks become less valuable. I see those picks as being in the in the high teens and 20s, right?
You're correct. Hopefully, right? Hopefully,
okay. So my thing is, I honestly would rather give them our picks and keep those the lower, what you call it, picks for myself, because those picks are actually going to turn out to be better than our picks when we're a better team. So if we're trading for Donovan and they want unprotected picks from us, cool, take our picks. I'll rather keep this top 10 protected pick because chances are it's going to be better than the pick we had anyway.
There's always ways you can fill
I
the
understand.
cover with picks.
I think I understand where you're coming from with that, but
if we're a playoff team, if we don't think that getting Donovan, doing the damage that it's going to do to get Donovan is not going to make us a playoff team, then we probably shouldn't do it. So I think that if it does make us a playoff team, what does that mean for our picks, for our homegrown picks? Those picks are going to be high first, high teens, early 20s. And I'm giving you that. If I'm in my mind thinking of the team that I'm going to be during that period, you can have those. Right. To me, all of the picks immediately when we get a guy like Donovan, all of the picks that are going forward that are ours are going to have less value because we're going to be a better team. So they can. To me, I'm willing to have a conversation about all those picks before guys really.
I agree with you in that sense, but I also understand their point of view because they're thinking not for just this move right here, they're thinking about future moves. And if this move right here is going to hamstring you for doing future moves, then you're not doing it correctly.
But Eddie, let me ask because I need some clarity on it just to make sure that I'm on the same page with you. Are you saying that if when you do the draft pick deal, that you're referring to being hamstrung from draft pick only deals because you have limited assets in terms of draft picks to work with sending out going forward for another player, right?
Yes.
Right. But that has nothing to do with the roster that you have, like the guys that you signed in free agency or the guys that you currently have on the roster that you could possibly move
trade, yeah.
Right? I just want to just for clarity.
And 50-50 because if we already saw that we needed capital to get cap flexibility to be able to sign players. Right. So you have to be very smart in how you do that. And if you don't have any more picks to sell, then it's going to be harder for you to get cap flexibility to sign a player. And
right,
secondly,
because of the picks,
we got a boatload of seconds still too.
But because the picks make any trade look more attractive because teams are more enamored with draft picks because they're easier to move than players, right?
Right. And then secondly, when you're talking about acquiring another star per se, I'm not even going to go as far as superstar, but just another star. Draft picks is the main priority. They're not the young players are not really like the super main priority when it comes to making those picks because you want to be able to draft your own player.
Right.
Let me speak real quick on these draft picks real quick, if y'all let me. The Dallas Mavericks traded us 2021 and 2023, right? They used their 2022 this year for Christian Wood, right? If the Dallas Mavericks wanted us to lift the protections, they would send us something. So that's a way they can make their 2023 pick available. There's always ways around things. You just got to renegotiate with these teams. We went into the draft this year. We had no idea that the Knicks were going to completely trade out of the draft. So the Knicks can go into the 2024 draft.
I said we would trade.
He didn't, but I'm just saying in general. We could go into the 2024 draft, trade out completely, and just restock the pile, you know?
The only
it's like what you said, Eddie. It's like what you said. At that point, when you have a star on your team, it's not about the young boys no more. That's out the window.
The only hole I see in that is that yes, Dallas was able to trade that pick because the 2022 pick had already been conveyed, right? Which was it was Grimes, right? I believe it was Grimes that we traded down. So that pick had already been conveyed, so you're able to trade the next pick, but you're talking about a Christian Wood type level player. We're not talking about a star level player where there's multiple picks in the scenario. You're just talking about trading one pick and something else to get you a rotationary player or somebody who can gel with the team. Not somebody that you can pair with a Donovan Mitchell, let's say Jason Tatum, let's say Jaylen Brown, let's say those types of guys, which are going to be multiple picks, not just one.
There's always ways around it, because if you remember back in the days, Miami traded 2 future first-round draft picks for Goran Dragic, right? And then they would never had the cap space to sign guys outright. They went out and did a signing trade for Jimmy Butler, I believe. And then they went again and did a signing trade for Kyle Lowry, which they gave up Precious, whatever his name is, sent to Toronto. There's always ways you can figure it out to continue building your team. There's always ways to figure out to add more picks.
And also this idea that like a star has to be bought or come from the outside. Like, yeah, we got this opportunity for Donovan. This is what's in front of our face. But going forward, just like you're looking at money flexibility and draft flexibility, you have to make room for a star maybe emerging from the team, from somebody on the team. RJ could get his star, like this, that, and the other. Like the NBA is very liquid. You can't just like forecast out how like the next years of trading or movement is going to go just by what you have now or what you know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of things that can trade. There's a lot of things that can happen that changes the dynamics. Like a lot of fans told me that like, hey, like we were cash strapped, this, that, and the other coming into this off street season. Oh, like all these people that we signed, we at the cap. There's no way we can get Brunson if they're not trying to do a sign and trade. They went ahead and did the moves that they need to do, and we got, you know what I'm saying? We got Brunson. So it's kind of like there's room to make things happen. I don't think that kind of hang up right there on the draft picks should be the thing that keeps us from making this move.
Okay.
Not a singular thing. I don't think it should be a singular thing that makes us not pull the trigger.
And also, I think it's a big difference you trading for someone like Donovan Mitchell, who's already on a contract, or 2 years down the line when there's somebody who's available via free agency. You could do a sign and trade, and it's cheaper that way because there's no guarantee he's going back to that team, period. So you take what they give you.
Bang.
Kyle Lowry when he went to the Heat, he had no money. They just sent over a player.
Scared money don't make money, yo. Like it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. It's going to hurt, and that's what we should all prepare ourselves for. There's no way we're getting a guy like Donovan Mitchell through trade, and it's not gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt.
No pain, no gain. Guess what's gonna cover is a bandage. Having Donovan Mitchell, and I'd rather have the band-aid.
Yeah,
I'd rather have Donovan Mitchell because that's what that's gonna do to this team. It's gonna propel this team, and it's gonna do it quick. It's gonna bring us from where we are now to maybe 4th, 5th seed, and then we can take the step.
Well, we're going to wait around until the last minute to make this deal, which I'm not comfortable with, while Pat Riley is lurking, because he will figure a way to make some moves to get this guy, I'm telling you. You watch. This guy is so shrewd, it's ridiculous. Makes me sick. He hates the Knicks. He'll put a monkey wrench right into it. Boom. He'll ruin everything just so we can try. Because he hears the rumors. Come on, stop. He's the president of that organization. He's going to try to make our life living to try to ruin that for us, that deal. Of course, you don't want Mitchell to go to New York. Come on. So the longer we wait, the more nervous I get. Let's just put it that way. So that's it.
These are nerves, gentlemen. We're in very trying times, and we're going to have to steel ourselves. We have to be strong.
Words
we
of
have
wisdom.
to be strong.
Pat Riley's still on.
These are times I know we are uncomfortable with this because this is something that most of us, well, actually none of us have seen in our Knicks fandom. Like we are literally in a position of leverage in our ability to get a top player. I have not seen this yet. So like I understand the differences of opinions and this, that, and the other. I think like patience is what's going to be called for here.
Listen, I don't trust Pat Riley. He can easily turn around and tell Ainge behind closed doors and say, listen, I'll offer you Jimmy Butler. Keep it on the low. You sell Jimmy Butler to somebody else. I'll move forward with Davion Mitchell, Tyler Hero, and Bam Adebayo, a young core. And
where
then
there's a will, there's a way.
What we will do then, because Pat Riley will probably be willing to do that and have more years of success. While we're over here talking about Quentin Grimes, Summer League, MVP.
I think Keith actually hit it on the nail. I think Keith actually hit it on the nail when he says that, like, we've never been a part of this, so we're nervous. You know what I'm saying? Me personally,
the idea
that's not my.
Ainge wants picks. So even if Pat Riley does something silly like gives him Jimmy Butler and lets him, like, oh, you could sell him off for this, that. Where's he going to sell him off to? To get the picks he wants. You gotta come see us. You're not gonna come see us. If you want picks, you gotta come see us. That's it. That's
what I'm trying to get to. Because, you know, on the surface, we can always think like that, right? Like Angelo says, I'm just scared because every day that passes, I know Pat Riley's in the back working this.
That's right.
Jay says, yeah, we're gonna trade him Jimmy Butler. And then and some other pieces, and then they'll have Donovan. You know, it's all falling under the same umbrella, right? But I know that my organization is smart. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not nervous. I'm not nervous even with the fact that if, let's say, for example, we put the worst case scenario out there, we don't get Donovan Mitchell. It wasn't good for the franchise. I'm pretty sure it wasn't good for the franchise to do what they were supposed to do, to get Donovan Mitchell on the team and appease the fan base. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm thinking I'm not there. I'm not in the negotiations. I don't know exactly what they're asking for. So I can't go out and say, these guys are not getting it done. These guys aren't doing this. We have to get them at all costs. We have to do this.
Eddie,
where you been? Where you been, brother?
Eddie.
Nah, I've always been on with the same train of thought as you have, Keith, to be honest. I've always been with that same train of thought. But
where were you at when Cat was calling them incompetent and I was trying to defend these dudes? I could have used
first of all, I didn't call them incompetent. I called them inept.
There you go. Choose
but
those words.
Where were you when we were soft tanking? Like, I could have used you, brother.
Yo, our takes are very unpopular, and whenever you want me to jump on a freestyle with you, just let me know. I'm there, bro.
Yo, you're gonna have to pull up. You got open invite now, yo. Like, dang, yo. Finally somebody see. We did not lose.
What is this, a family reunion all of a sudden?
They might not have been the biggest trades or the trades that the big whopper trades that everybody wanted, but they have not lost a trade yet. They haven't. They literally traded for Cam, for Knox, and a pick that didn't even convey.
And that's the thing, Keith, is they complaining about, oh, we haven't done nothing. Now they're loading up and they're ready to do something, and now we're all afraid. Oh, they're going to do something.
Now Cat's scared. Now y'all scared. If you're scared, go home.
Okay, Keith, I'm already at home. I work from home now.
Well, then be scared. You scared, get a dog.
That's my man. Yeah, that's my man. You know what I'm saying?
But for real though, gents, I think we're drumming up issues. Like, we're really drumming up issues. Like, we know we all want Donovan, yo. Like, we know we all want Donovan.
Right.
He's coming. He's coming, yo. He's even trying to make the money work. Like, come on, yo. We coming home.
Right.
He's coming home.
The thing is, so I get all of that. No matter what trade scenario we come up with, ultimately we don't know how it's gonna look, but we are confident that something is going to happen sooner than later, right? But here's a part of the conversation that we don't talk about. How we got here, right? And what we can do after the Donovan Mitchell trade, right? So say, for instance, we trade away half of our draft picks to get Donovan Mitchell, the ones in the near future. I think they said 11. Say we trade 5.5 of them. Shit, I don't know what 5.5 means ultimately, but just go with me, right? Who's to say that this front office that turned 3 first-round picks in a 2-year window can't also turn that 5.5 into a larger number after Donovan Mitchell gets here? So you lose these first-round picks, right? But the front office flips these first-round picks in an asset management move to acquire even more first-round picks than they had than before they did the Donovan Mitchell deal.
And we all see that that's actually like not a fantasy kind of thing. Like that's a definite possibility. They've left every draft with more draft capital.
The only pick that we actually turned into something. Think about this: we took one pick and turned it into this trailer load of picks. It was the Dallas Mavericks 2021 first-round pick, right? That we flipped into this big bushel of picks by trading back that and the 2022 first-round pick that turned into this big bushel of picks. And who's to say that you can't take 2 more picks and turn them into 5.5 more picks?
Weird how cats didn't appreciate what was going down at the time, though.
Well, the thing is, Keith, you just can't tell me to get in the car and not tell me where I'm going.
That was my point. See, you actually just illustrated my point. What people were mad at for real was that the front office wasn't talking to them. Like, so cats was getting mad at their own imaginary timelines, their own imaginary like this is what's supposed to happen when they had no conversation with you and you don't know their plan.
Right,
which looks like it's going as planned.
But the thing I'm getting at is you have to respect people's being skeptical because they've never seen it work before. You tell them to have faith when they've never seen it work, right? So when people are skeptical, you have to respect the fact that they are in fight or flight mode. It happens, bro. Now, when things happen after the fact, they can rest and say, "Oh, okay, that's what you were doing," but you wasn't telling me that's what you were doing. And that's a whole different thing, bro. You got to take into consideration.
But for some of us, it was logical. Like cats were mad at the draft collecting. You was mad at the draft collecting.
How much better
collecting the draft capital.
I was mad at or not mad, but frustrated with the point that it didn't seem like they picked a direction and went in that direction.
Right.
They were just making moves, and you couldn't follow the direction. So it looked like they were all over the place.
They think they're smarter than everybody in the world.
Yeah, and then by not explaining it to everybody, it's D'Angelo. I was just about to say that. I swear to God. By not explaining it to us, it looks to us that you feel like you're smarter than the whole room.
But Freeze, you're not going to sit down and be like, okay, well, we're acquiring draft picks. We're going to go trade for Donovan Mitchell now.
No. I'm not even saying that because I don't even think that the Donovan Mitchell in specifically was like, I think that was an opportunity that presented itself. But I feel like what they wanted to do was make sure they were in a position to be able to capitalize on an opportunity as it presented itself. And I think that's what's going on.
Donovan CA, they knew on draft night something was happening this offseason and they traded on and accumulated picks for it.
Hey, Keith, how much better are we now? The way the team is, Keith, how much better are we now with the moves that we made? How much better a team are we? I think
just with the Brunson move, like we can make the playoffs.
You think we can make the playoffs with the way the team
just with the Brunson move? Just with the Brunson move and what I seen of the teams coming out of last year.
I disagree.
So you're saying playoffs, that means we're a top 16?
I do not think so.
No.
Because anything
playoff
under 6...
Playoff teams is top 8.
No.
If you think that Brunson's going to make that much better.
No. By the time you get to the playoffs, the play-in is done. You are a play-in team before you are a playoff team. When the playoffs happen, you are a playoff team or you are not.
Hey, Freaky,
period.
Listen.
You're laying a lot of weight on
seven plays.
Do we agree?
10. If you lose in those playing tournament, you're not in the playoffs, bro.
Yes, so that's what I said. They will be a playoff team.
But
you are not in the playoffs until you are in the playoffs.
But Jay, in that scenario that you mentioned, if the lowest seed wins, is the highest seed loses? If the highest seed loses, they give up their seed and go home.
They go home. They're not in the playoffs.
Right. To me, playoffs is
top
so
the people
six.
The teams that are in the playoffs are in the playoffs. The play-in happens before the playoffs. They don't happen at the same time.
To me, top six, you're in the playoffs. You're guaranteed in the playoffs.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
That's a different question.
Yeah.
Am I saying that we're definitely going to be a top 6 team? No, but we will be in the playoffs with Brunson. I do feel that way. We could get in there even at 8, but that means even if we are a play-in team, that you have to win the play-in to get into the playoffs. So, like, when I say playoff team, I'm talking about playoffs. Period.
Okay. All right. So
they don't go on at the same time.
So either way, however you slice it, free Keith, I think you're wrong.
Okay, that's fine.
And this is why. But hear me out. Because I don't want this to be enemy fire or friendly fire. I just want it to be like me, you know what I'm saying, explaining why. Right? I think the addition of Jalen Brunson to go with the system that Tom Thibodeau already has in place, I think the Knicks add about 7 wins, right? And that's based on Brunson staying healthy. Think about the 3 things that I'm mentioning, right? Is based on a New York Knicks point guard staying healthy all season. It's based on the pick and roll system that we run and young guys getting better. Those 3 contributing factors, I think, gives you 7 wins, probably 2.5 wins apiece. Just for those 3 things, right? And then if you add Spider, Donovan Mitchell, I think that's about 8 wins, easy.
8 to 10.
8 to 10, maybe.
With the record we just had, we're basically 500 team, maybe a game over 500.
Right. You mean adding a new backcourt?
No,
we're only 4 wins better
right now. Just with Brunson on the team. I'm just saying.
Brunson, we're a 42-win team.
So you're saying, based off the things that I just said, the young kids get RJ Barrett, Mitchell Robinson getting better. We're only 4 wins better than we were last year.
That's all I feel.
Right.
I think we're the same damn team.
Let me explain to you why I disagree with you on that.
Okay.
Right. For one thing, you don't take the fact that the Knicks were very injured and banged up last year. Right. So if everybody listen, despite the poor play, if guys were just healthy, the team, in my opinion, is 4 games better. If Derrick Rose is healthy,
I was just about to say that. If Derrick Rose was healthy for like another week, we would have had more games.
Right. If Nerlens Noel had been healthy, Derrick Rose, Mitchell Robinson at the beginning of the season, RJ Barrett at the beginning of the season, if those guys were just healthy, just breathing, I think we're 4 games better. Right. But that's where you say we're at right now. Right.
I just feel it's the same exact team. Basically, just Brunson. You did Brunson.
No, it's important.
It's not the same thing when you discount injury.
No, I got you, but Rose is
not just injury. Not just injury. Also, like the running of the team would have looked better with a competent person in the position. Now, like that actually is a very crucial part. And I think like that organizer makes the team a better team. We have talent-wise, we've got multiple cats on the team. I'd say at least 3, and that's being conservative, that give you the potential of like 20 points plus a game. There was no one to organize that talent properly. We now have that. And that I think is actually a part that's missing in that view of how much better the team can be. The talent last year needed this. Like if we have it now, I think like it'll be
There's a lot.
But free key. But what you missing is this. Guess who led the NBA in dunks the last 2 seasons?
Rudy Gobert.
Oh.
With Donovan Mitchell.
Yes.
Right? What happens when Donovan Mitchell comes to the Knicks? Who do you think will lead the NBA in dunks?
Mitchell Robinson.
Right. And so it's all these things that are in the stratosphere, right, that we should account for, like coming back from injury, right? Upgrading the Knicks point guard situation, which by magically delicious, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, I get
it. Makes the depth on the team better. Now Emmanuel Quickly is not a point guard. Emmanuel Quickly is coming off the bench, being a combo guard. Derrick Rose is back, taking the pressure off Emmanuel Quickly. Now guys fall back into roles that fit them better naturally, right? And now, so instead of being 37 wins, just off of that alone, you're at 41 and 41.
On paper, though, Freezy. But the thing is, you got to see how team chemistry goes with them. I mean,
team chemistry. You're 100%. You're 100% right. But you're throwing it's like you're throwing things out. Like this could be negative and that could be negative.
No, I
and
know.
This, that, and the other.
Hypotheticals, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Hypothetically, but
hypothetically though,
paper, yeah,
a competent point guard raises the whole team. Though
I agree with you with that.
Right. But D'Angelo, what about this? Okay, so let's look at the chemistry issue because we don't want to look at negative chemistry.
No,
we just want to look at how long it takes you to get organic chemistry. Right.
Okay.
So let's not be negative, because if you thought the negative, and I'm not saying
no, I'm not trying.
I'm saying in general, because for everybody that say negative chemistry, I could point out magical positive energy. Maybe it was meant to be. For everybody that says, man, what if such and such, and I'll say, well, what if it was meant to be, right? So let's just look at how long it takes for them to gel. Just say it a different way, like how long it takes for them to gel, right?
That's good. Good clarification.
That's fair.
So say it takes 20 games for them to gel, where they're at 10 and 10, right at the beginning of the season. You got to take into account that at the end of the season, also the swinging balance, the pendulum. So if it was slow at the beginning, by the time the end of the season gets here, they'll be in a bag and they'll have more chemistry and it'll be organic. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the swings of the pendulum. You know what I'm saying? If it takes this long to gel, by the time game 60 get here, now this team will be running on all cylinders. Does that sound fair?
It sounds fair.
Half a season, fair. Right? 20 games in the beginning, 40 games in the middle, and then at last 60, they firing on all cylinders. That sound fair?
Fingers crossed, yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So there's a lot of things that go into a Donovan Mitchell and a Jalen Brunson addition. Jalen Brunson is here. We already know that. He here, right? He here. Mm-hmm. Donovan Mitchell, though, adds a dynamic to this team.
And I don't want to hear about Mitchell being too small, because everybody goes, he's too small.
We don't care. We don't care. That you know what that is? That's a lazy man. That's a lazy man basketball argument, right?
Yeah.
That's for those that want to throw something. They want to play devil's advocate when they the devil lawyer himself. You don't have to play it. You're already the lawyer for the devil.
McCollum and Dame did pretty good.
Yeah, and then plus in today's era of 3-point shooting, you don't need a 6-7 point guard guarding another guard posting you up. Guys are taking off the dribble 3-pointers on their own. They prefer that shot. So you don't need a 6-8 point guard out there to put a hand up. All you have to do is go out there and contest, because it's a low percentage shot, right? But the reward outweighs the risk, right? Because if you make it, you get 3 points, right? Because 3 points, 2 3-pointers is the same as 3 2-pointers.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's why the risk out. That's why they take the dribble, pull up threes. And that's why your guards don't have to be 8 foot tall. You don't have to have Yao Ming on the perimeter. You know what I'm saying? Trying to contest shots. All you need to do is put a hand up.
Right.
Because guys are going to contest it. I mean, I'm sorry, not contest it, but for the most part, dribble, pull up threes, teams are going to hit that at something like 32, 33%. Right. Spot up threes, they're probably going to hit it somewhere like 37, 38%. In the corners, it'll probably be more like 39, 40%. It's why teams protect the corners more than they protect threes on other spots on the floor, because that corner three scientifically is a shorter distance to the rim. Right? So when you have a Jalen Brunson and a Donovan Mitchell, they don't have to be 6'6". Right? They could be 6. That Donovan Mitchell flat-footed is 6'1.5". That's what he measured at the combine. People keep saying he's 6'1". He's 6'1.5", barefoot. Right? I mean, that's just what it is. Oh man, he's short. He might not even be 6'1". Yeah. He's 6'1.5", barefoot. But the last time we checked, he played with sneakers on. And everybody get measured with sneakers on. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? That's just, I just wanted to add that, Free Keith. My bad.
No, you're right. You're right. Well, I'm skeptical on everything. So, and you know how things go, Freezy. So, listen, it's good to be positive. I'm trying to be positive. I want him to make this Mitchell move. I understand. Don't press the panic button, give up the farm and everything like a Melo deal where they gave everything up. And I don't really bet, but I think there's more upside to this Mitchell thing. So a lot.
I know that there's a lot of comparison to the Melo deal, but like we're in a whole different world that like our treasure trove of assets. We got a whole different bag that we had when we were going after Melo.
I agree.
Like we could literally give what we gave for Melo and still walk out okay. Like this is, and not that I want that, but I'm just saying like I've never seen us in this much of a position of leverage.
Right.
But just don't squander it.
And that's where Rose comes, Leon, and I just feel like I'm confident. Just judging about how he moves through the draft, how he moves through the little deals the little trades. I just don't think that if we don't get him, I'm not going to be mad at some front office ineptness. I'm really feeling like that it was an irresponsible deal to make.
You mean by paying too much?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
what's too much?
Sometimes you got to clarify because people will take that snippet and they'd have twisted your word. They'd have twisted that word.
What's too much, Keith? What's too much? What's too much, Keith?
To me, like anything over like 6 firsts plus like two or three young cats who we like.
Okay.
I don't mind part ways with two of them.
I don't mind parting ways with two of them, but I'm not doing like the majority of them and like six first round picks. Like that to me is a little heavy.
Me, I would do it 6 round, but I would give it 6 first.
Hey man, I'm gonna say this, Free Keith. I'm gonna say this to you, and it's gonna sound a tad disrespectful, but hear me out to the end though. I think you can't have faith in them at 80%. You got to have faith at them at 100%, right? Yep. So if they pay what you deem is too much, right? You can't get frustrated with them because you have to have faith that they'll be able to recoup them assets on the back end.
Which
That's
I
what
do.
I'm getting. That's okay. So it sounded like you didn't. It sounded like you didn't. That's
No. I'm just talking about as a one-time hit. But to me, even that, like I'll take an egregious deal because I see how Leon flows through the draft. We've left every draft with more draft capital. I'm not like I'm like losing draft picks is the least of my concern, y'all. Least.
Okay.
Or not having draft capital for the future.
The thing with this deal, though, it seems like it is the drafts. It's too many draft picks that we would be giving away. And that's what it looks like the stipulation also. I don't want to give away 6. It's too much. No, it's not too much. Do it. I was the owner. Do it. Get this guy here.
No, do the 6. Yeah. Do it.
Come on now.
Do it.
If we find out that's the case, this front office, here we go, back to square one.
Malpractice, like man says, malpractice.
But see, but it's not just the picks. That's the thing. Like I feel like all of us are willing to give up the picks. It's the other part of the deal. The picks don't make up the money.
They're too unwilling to part with Obi and Quickly and Grimes. They're giving them way too much weight on how good they are. Just calm down. They hit their ceiling already. That's what I feel.
You think that IQ and Obi hit their ceiling already?
I don't think
not that I trade them. I definitely would trade them, but like you really feel they hit their ceiling already?
Well, Quickly, we know what Quickly could do. He could shoot. He could make.
He could shoot. He could shoot. Those last how many? He ended the season on like how many triple doubles?
So Freaky, I think what.
But how many wins did it provide?
I think
all
we know
of those
what
were
we
wins.
have. I don't know if they hit their ceiling, but I think we know what we have in those guys.
That's it. That's what I meant. Good way, probably. Yeah, thank you. I think we know what we got, and that's what they are. You think they're going to get any better than that? No.
See, that's two different things. I do think that they can get better than what they are. That to me, like that to say that Taj got better. Like Taj is a better 3-point shooter than he ever been. To say that somebody's not going to get better, like that's these are young cats. They're not going to get better. They can't get better than what they are.
No, man, that's not. We're not talking about better in that sense.
No, he specifically said better. He said that they're as good as they're going to get.
Yeah, he worded. I think he worded it funny.
I worded it. You got what I mean.
Yeah. So what I'm saying. So what we're getting at. For instance, Obi Toppin is not going to turn into a 14 rebound player, a 14 rebound guy game.
No,
right? He ain't gonna do that. Obi Toppin is a finesse power forward.
That's
and
it.
So we know what he is. So
Yes.
even if he gets more minutes, doesn't mean he gets better. It just means he produces at the same rate over extended time.
Yes.
But I'm saying, before seeing any gameplay, to say that they can't get better to me is weird.
I understand
their abilities, what they limits are. That's what I'm trying to get. What they're limited to. What they are.
Quickly's a combo guard. Quickly's a combo guard, right?
Okay.
So he might produce more in a combo guard role, but we don't see him getting better as a pure point guard.
Yes. Good point. Yes. That's what I'm looking at.
But okay. I'm not even disputing whether Quickly is a 1-2 or a combo, whatever. But I'm just stuck on the idea that these cats can't get better. Like their second year in the league, this coming into their third year in the league, these guys are what they are and they can't get better. To me, like even over the course of last season, like I've seen them improve. Them manning the team and taking over the team towards the end of the season, them cats look better to me than they did when they had to take over the team because of of COVID and the injuries, and everyone and all the young guys ended up starting. They weren't as good as they were then.
Okay, so all right, so we can debate what you said just now, because getting more being more productive and getting better are not necessarily the same thing. Because you can produce at the same
Obi
rate.
wasn't hitting. He wasn't hitting threes. He wasn't hitting threes. He wasn't hitting threes throughout the first 2/3 of the season. Then something clicked.
And all of a sudden he couldn't miss. I think the last 8 or so games he shot 55% from three.
And we want to say like. To me, like those things are better. Those are the evidences of like a guy getting better. Like
at that point of the season, our season was over.
I understand that, but this is the point of the season where the young cats, they let the young cats take the team.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying. Like like once we saw the team get given to the young cats, and I felt like we were all impressed with what they were doing.
Okay.
Or none of us remember the conversation from around that time.
Nah, I know.
Oh, these cats should have been playing. They should have been playing more minutes all season. Look at how good they look. Like those were the conversations.
That's a given. Yeah, they weren't getting minutes in playing time.
But cats were impressed at how good they looked. And they were winning games against cats who was trying to get into the playoffs.
I ain't gonna lie to you. As far as the winning goes, I'm sorry, D'Angelo, but as far as the winning goes, none of that. I didn't care about none of that stuff, bro, because the season was over. Things were what they were.
You cannot care about that, but I know that they do. That's what I like. I'm a fan. Like, I'm not playing the games. Who am I to say I don't care about this win or that win? Like, they still care about wins.
I'm so excited to
but freaking, that's not what I was getting at. What I was getting at though is the guys produced at a higher rate, like what you were mentioning. Like, I'm talking about
what do you mean? Producing at a higher rate is to say that they were doing the same thing at a smaller rate. Obi was literally bricking threes. So to say that he was more time made him a better shooter, like, that just makes zero sense.
But freaky, that's not what I was saying. I conceded that. I already said Obi Toppin shot 55% from three in like the last 8 games. I already agreed with you on that. You didn't hear me?
Never in all of existence since his time here was Emmanuel Quickley getting over 10 assists a game.
Everything gets inflated at the end when it doesn't matter anymore. There's no more pressure.
No. Stop that, because all the teams that we were playing towards the end was still trying to get playoff positioning and playing positioning. So let's stop that with these games weren't important. They were important to one person, to one side on the court.
That's not what I said though.
No, that's what he said. He said the games weren't important.
Okay. Those
weren't games against guys who are already coasting into the playoffs.
Okay. Paris Douglas, thank you for the gents' contribution. Paris Douglas says, Quickley is projected as a future All-Star by Utah. Y'all think that's fair? Do y'all think that's fair or foul? Is Utah putting that out so that they could part with Quickley and Grimes, or do you think Utah is posturing, like putting this out there so the Knicks can try to keep Quickley and throw in another player like Obi?
Possible.
I don't think that the Knicks is falling for that. I don't think that this front office is falling for those kind of games.
No. I didn't know. Not falling for it. But do you think that's a strategy?
It could be. I doubt it, because I got more respect for that. I think Danny Ainge and Leon Rose been in the industry together. I think they know each other. I think they know each other. I think that Danny Ainge knows that won't fly. Like, that's not going to have the intended purpose. These guys aren't just meeting each other now. They've been in the industry together for decades.
Decades, right?
Yeah. Rose.
These cats behind the scenes, everybody knows who's the power players.
Right. Okay.
So he could do that if he wants, but like, this ain't Mills. Mills will fall for some stupid joint like that.
Okay.
I do agree with that.
This is what I'm saying.
So you agree that it may indeed be a strategy, but it's one that the Knicks front office is too smart to fall for.
I don't agree that that's their strategy, because I also think that Ainge is smarter than that. Ainge knows the competition he's up against. He knows that that's not gonna work.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
Let's give these guys a little bit more intellectual value.
Let's not keep giving so much credit to this front office. We haven't won anything yet. Okay.
It's not dude, you don't win until you win.
I
bro.
understand, but they had to clean up the mess that they just made from having Burks and Noel and all these contracts. So they had to clean that up.
What? Clean what up? They didn't think that they were going to the chip with those guys, bro. Like, what did you think that those dudes were not going to stay on the team? That's why they got
what they thought when they got.
That's why they got the very movable contracts that they got.
Oh, so Noel for 3 years, 4 years. He was crippled.
Dude, these guys were all making $10 million a year, bro. Like, they're very movable contracts.
Well, now we're back on the movable contracts. They still had to clean up.
That's what I said.
They had to clean up their basement. They had to clean it all out. Get out the trash.
You could say what they want. What we were not in this position to be able to. There's not a star available and we did not have the draft capital and the treasure chest that we have now. Even a season ago, These cats would honestly, if you look back now, like those cats that they signed, they just look like to me cover for trying to develop the young guys in the background and wins and keep putting out some competitive games. That's it. But they were always designed to leave.
I don't know about that.
All right, so Free Keith, I disagree with the young asset thing, right? And so the young assets thing, like this is not. I've been saying this for like the last 3 or 4 days, bro. This is not the first young core plus assets thing. This is not the first time in history that the Knicks had young players and draft picks at the same time. It's not. When you and I first met 3 young cores ago, when it was Jerian Grant, Porzingis, Khalil Anthony Early, Amon Shumpert, all of them, that was a young core. And then that young core left. That young core left.
Was broken.
And we had
Shumpert was broken. What do you mean? That wasn't the young core.
At the end of his run here,
he was a young player, but he was a young player here.
Okay.
He was a young player here, right? And so that young core was gone. You moved on to another. Luke Cornett, Isaiah Hicks, Tony Wooten, Lonzo Trier, Frank Ntilikina, Damian Dotson, Kevin Knox, all those guys, plus the 2 Kristaps Porzingis first-round picks and Dennis Smith. That was another young core, right? Now, those guys are gone. One of those Porzingis picks is gone. Now you have another young core of RJ, Mitch, and blah. So what I'm getting at is the Knicks constantly, over the last 10 or so seasons, have had a continuous young core of kids, about 7 or 8 kids on the roster, really young at the same time. When you look back at the timeline, there was no everybody's over 30 type scenario over the last just about 8 years or so.
Bro,
right?
When was the last time our young guys looked good?
And see, that's a different conversation.
But that's the conversation I'm having.
Right, but the reason why, I'm not
talking about just having young guys. I'm talking about having young guys that people want.
Okay, so now we're going back to the summer league conversation.
No, we're not going back to the summer league conversation because this was a conversation before summer league. Like we literally have young guys that people want.
My summer league conversation.
We got young guys that people want.
Yeah,
you don't think Ainge saw the summer league too? Still wants Grimes.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Let him have it, but like these aren't scrubs.
Right.
I don't hear anything.
I know we don't operate in a vacuum, bro. I know that. I know we don't operate in a vacuum. What I'm saying is this. Like the summer league, my summer league feelings, right? Are basically, we already discussed that 2 hours ago, right? What I'm saying is I agree with you for the most part about everything except this weird smoke and mirrors narrative that the Knicks have never had a young core and draft picks at the same time, and that's BS.
I never said that. I said we've never been in this position. Who said it before?
Bro, man, I'm the host of 2 bro. Trust me.
No, I'm saying, so name names. Drop some names, because I haven't heard anybody say that we had young guys as good as we have now, and the bucket load of draft picks that we have. Like I've never heard nobody say that.
Let's separate it. Let's separate the 2 things, because what you said is separate from what I'm hearing, though it's similar. People have been saying that the Knicks have never had a young core and draft picks. This is the first time we've been in this situation.
Those people just started watching the Knicks then. That's the only excuse.
Right. So, but you understand what I'm saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. I got it. So, yeah.
What about the days of Wilson Chandler and the other one that was on Atlanta?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I mean, come on. That was a young one. Then we made the trade for Melo.
So I'll put a caveat on my young, rant. Young players that other teams actually want, that are valuable to us in trade.
Right.
That's what I mean.
And have draft picks, multiple draft picks.
And multiple draft picks.
Yeah, because we have to make the distinction.
The combination of those 2 things are things that I have not seen in my lifetime yet as a Knicks fan.
Right, because there was a time where we had Porzingis and but we didn't have all the draft picks that we
didn't have the draft capital. That's when Phil started building the draft capital.
Right, indeed. So yeah, man. So now you see what I'm getting at. All I really want to do is make the distinction. The fact that we have cloudy narratives like the smoke and mirrors narratives, like something to be said, and people will use the smoke and mirrors narrative to make every argument after that the correct argument. When you can't do that, you have to speak to the facts.
Yep.
You have to speak to the facts.
Yep.
Right. Because if you're going to speculate, listen. Listen. Y'all are great panelists, bro, because not only are y'all thoughtful, but contrite, right? And there's a difference. Like a lot of people that jump on here are not contrite. They're from this country called Babylon, because they'll get on and they'll just babble on and on, right? You know what I'm saying? And so what I'm getting at is like some people's ideas are dope ideas. But since they're Babylonian, it takes them 30 minutes to say what it is that they say, and you gotta pick out certain parts. And then if you don't pick out the correct part, they need 15 more minutes to clarify what they said. Right? But the fact that you can be contrite with an accurate statement, to me, is impressive because it makes the conversation better for everybody. And it's why I try to clarify, like the young core thing that you and I just talked about. The young thing, you said a young core that's attractive and have draft capital at the same time, right? What was said before is young core and draft picks. And there's a difference.
Big difference. Yep. Big difference.
Yeah, man. Hey, y'all, I got to get out of here and get some lunch, man. Free Keith, what we doing Wednesday night?
Man, I heard something about Knicks Freestyle. I heard this joint Knicks Freestyle was gonna be on there, and that's what I'm gonna be watching.
I'm not eating nothing until that show come on. Then I ain't gonna eat until that show come on, bro.
Nah, they need you healthy. They need you healthy for the show. You better, you know what I'm saying? They don't want no excuses. Freezy passing out during the show. Nah, I'm not. I don't want that on my jacket.
Nah, man, we can't put that on. We can't put that on nobody's resume, and definitely not on my headstone. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. Thank you, everybody, for rocking.
Thank you, Free
Jay. Everybody, thank y'all for coming through. The joint was dope as usual. For those of y'all that are new, continue to come back. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. We appreciate the family growing. Man, y'all are getting dope Knicks content 6-7 hours a day.
Amen.
The hardest working man in show business.
And some days it's 10 hours. Some days it's 10 hours, bro. All Knicks and all different personalities. Like I'm not handpicking cats that's just gonna say what I want them to say. Like, no, don't say that. Say this. I ain't doing that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here. And go. I'm probably gonna eat some sliced carrots, roast some carrots, put them in the oven.
Right? A little salt, no.
some sea salt, and a little and a dab of vegetable oil.
There you go.
And put them and shake them up with the little salt. Put them in the oven, roast them. They come out tasting like candy, bro. Carrots are naturally sweet. So anyway, I'm out of here. I'll holler at y'all later. Y'all have a good day, man.
Peace,
bro.